Oh, incredible, incredible. I forgot once again. I forgot to add the music. Every time. Every single time I forget to add the music when I go live. Holy shit, man. What are we even doing anymore? Listen. It's good. It's good. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Hopefully, everyone is doing well today. I've been thinking of adding something like a music bot or whatever to the stream for these parts because I think it might be fun for the viewers that I don't have to maybe like recommend stuff or do something for their own entertainment just for the moment. Let's see. Let's find something fun to listen to just out of my own playlist this time. I could listen to like hentai or the cool lolly song from Solfius because those are cool. Holy shit. Let me gather myself. It's been a bit. I'm just all out of sorts at the moment. Oh, hoping everyone is all right. I've really not been streaming that much lately. It's been very difficult for me. I've also been very preoccupied with some specific things. But now I feel like I'm a little more free. Hell yeah. I love this song. Holy shit. Makes me happy. Hopefully we get over it. It'll be fine. I'm okay. A little emotionally distraught over some things, but we're gonna be good. Thanks. There we go. Sorry, I have people DMing me. Oh, the song's so good. It makes me so happy. Poor Onii-chan, by the way. It's quite unfortunate. Oh. Why is Discord the way it is? All right. Yeah, streamer mode is enabled, but it's not showing it as being enabled. What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing, Discord, you piece of shit? Oh, man. Yeah, it's just nice to sit here and speak and go over absolutely nothing because I'm a piece of shit. I'm actually in a really good mood right now. It's nice. It's way too freaking hot, by the way. No, I'm not in a good mood. That's awful. I'm set now. It is way too hot. It is. What is it in my room right now? So I have to turn off my AC and my fan to low in order to do this stuff for you guys. It is currently 90 degrees in my room. So we're dealing with that. But I'm willing to suffer a lot for the sake of making content. No, I'm not. That's not true. I'm also a lazy piece of shit. I'm sorry. I just lied right to your face. Excuse me. I am hoping that after some recent realizations that I am willing to go more into this once again. I am going more into like coming to terms with all of my disability crap and thinking, oh, I have to have this weird hard schedule at every like the same time every day or whatever. And that's been making it so I don't want to. But when you're my content and nobody gives a shit about watching you, you kind of are like more flexible and you can do it whenever you want. So that's pretty cool, right? Yeah. It's still a struggle. I know at the beginning of every single stream, I kind of like bitch and cry about, oh no, my little problems, my little disabilities. No, it's fine. We good. I have been making like a small series of shorts lately. I've been trying to make a small series of shorts that are just like compilation pieces of me freaking out over Miyabi on Zenless. Those are actually doing really well. People seem to actually enjoy me spurging out over Miyabi being my wife, because she is my wife. She's mine. Oh, it's good. Absolutely fine. I'm also going to, just because I can, gonna find a video just so I can share with the people. Hey, I gained 2 subscribers today. Very nice. I want to react to Rima content so bad. Holy shit. Like, her content is so cool and they're so well done, but I feel, I don't know. I feel bad reacting to some people's stuff. I probably should. the fuck is my YouTube right now? Hold on, I gotta screen share this. Hold up, what is my YouTube right now? Look at this. What is this? What is the dragon doing to that person? Dragon D's nuts, maybe. Shit. My YouTube is so fucking weird. It's great. Holy yeah, the YouTube I have specifically for my React content, I don't really watch anything on other than when I'm doing this stuff. So it's just kind of a, how to say, just kind of here, just stuff. Oh, hold on, let's watch this together. I'm gonna watch this. Music, shut the fuck up. Stop it. Hell yeah. Bow, bow. I love these videos. The Mito ones are so good. Wait, what? Hold up. Why was the man there? The boy even. It's great. To those who don't know, I hate Doom. It's big controversial take, right? The Doom 2016 game, Doom whatever the fuck came afterwards, the new one. I beat 2016 when it came out on the PlayStation, and I thought, wow, this is a shooter game all right at the time. I wasn't very impressed by it. The gameplay was actually very good. Like overall, it was a pretty solid game. But to me, when I think of generic shooter in my head, that's kind of what I go for, is like what Doom is. So I wasn't really interested in it. I'm also not the biggest Gent fan, to be honest. So there's also that. Armpits explained? Holy shit. Okay, let's do it.
Hello, students.
Hold on. Let me do my thing. Let me get into my skin. If we're gonna be doing this, we're gonna do it right. Hold up. No, that's not the menu. I'm so sorry. Give me a sec. Where are you? Bam. There me. I am my skin. My props. Panko. Look at her. She's perfect. I love her little head so much. Okay, we're gonna watch armpits. Let's see how this goes.
My name is Professor Lando, and in today's lecture, we are going to learn about armpits. So we've covered a myriad of topics here at the Lando Institute of Guidance.
That should be okay, right?
Maturity and academics, and these topics have ranged greatly in their level of depravity.
I love this guy's videos. They're so good.
Why is it that today we're going over something so mundane, hidden behind the most unassuming things, like armpits? The community at large continues to push the boundaries of what is
the armpit trend so much. It's so gross.
Say desirable, what is considered an object of desire, an object of lust. And in layman's terms, what I'm saying exactly is that people out there find armpits attractive. First off, I don't want to make any assumptions.
Okay, so I actually thought about this, right? And there's a lot of weird trends that have happened over the years. I don't say over the years. It feels like more COVID era, where you get on some kind of weird hypersexual anime trend. And I think that a lot of them, yeah, there's ones that have people who have, there's a fandom behind them, right? But at the same time, I think it's more of a meme, and people are gaslighting themselves into enjoying it. And then because how like artist Twitter is, they have to hop on the meme to stay relevant and keep pushing it. And the people who do get gaslit into enjoying that stuff just keeps like creating like a perpetual machine behind it. Sorry, I had to take a drink. I think that's how that goes. Who knows? I don't like the stretching part. I don't like the one stretching part where it's like too anatomical looking, if that makes sense.
On the educational level here in this classroom right now. So why don't we start with something simple? What is an armpit?
Wow. We're doing it, huh?
Okay.
Is that rude?
If you don't know, students, the armpit is going to be the part of the body located in this general area. Here you go. If you're
this guy's tastes are all over the place. It's so good. Yeah, get in there.
In the back. That is what we are talking about when we refer to the armpit. So just know that going forward for the usage of this lecture, that is what we, in fact, are referring to. So, students, you might be looking at my drawing here, my educational diagram.
Yeah,
you might
educational.
Be thinking to yourself, Professor Lando, that seems a little not quite right. That is maybe a little naughty, you might be thinking. And to that, I would say that they are already getting to you.
Wait, what?
They? Well, that's what this lecture is going to be about. But
who is they?
I would like to say,
tell me,
that what I see is a fully clothed woman, beautiful woman.
Same. I saw nothing else.
Clothed one, nonetheless.
Why?
No explicit body part is being exposed. So
Why is
when
there
you
a
ask, Professor Lando,
stink
is that
clouds
allowed?
now?
Yeah.
Sniff?
Wouldn't it be? The premise of this
No,
lecture hinges on
stop!
the fact that armpits are indeed on the rise in terms of popularity. You could take a look at these examples in modern media to show it.
It's just we're bored. I legit think it's just we're bored. We've sexualized things to such a crazy degree that we're running out of stuff to do it on. So we're just figuring out other body parts. It's like the belly button trend that happened like a year or two ago or whatever. That one was awful. I hated that one a lot. The belly button trend wasn't great. The armpit trend isn't that much better, but like the human belly button is a disgusting place that should never be explored. I hate it. It's awful. Why do we keep doing this? Go outside, touch grass.
I'm talking about.
All right, students, here you see a compilation of very intentional pit showcasing in mainstream media. The market continuously adapts to the taste of the
Bluebell.
Here we see an undeniable shift towards that, with armpits being showcased more as the demand for armpits increases, thus
why is there a demand?
And served by the companies.
All right, students, I almost forgot, but before we continue,
are we being manipulated into liking armpits?
Over our next homework assignment, you're going to need to check out Silver and Blood Requiem, a spectacular gothic aesthetic set in the continent of Menexus, where blood serves as the fountain of life and the carrier of memories.
Isn't that
your adventure
how it is IRL, kind of?
Medieval epic. And as you students know, our school is focused on the most important intellectual pursuits: anime girls and boys, and
I like those anime girls.
Armpits. And as you can see here, we can appreciate the success of Silver and Blood Requiem in that aspect, with the gothic style characters and their armpits. And thankfully, Silver and Blood Requiem also has a cast of over 50 medieval characters and romanticist roles to choose from, each with a distinct identity for you to battle and forge unbreakable bonds with. Not to mention, Silver and Blood.
Those are cool designs. I'll give them that.
Probability is 4%.
It's not too bad.
Which means that on average, you're going to pull an SSR after about 20 to 30 pulls, which is much higher than similar gacha games. And trust me,
Zenless like 80?
I should know.
I play Zenless. That's the only one I know.
Featuring music from renowned video game composer Yasunori Nishiki, command the shifting tides of battle to retake the land of Menexus from the monstrous blood beasts, and be enthralled by a star-studded voice cast, including Takahito Koyasu and Akari Kito, as they bring the vassals to life.
Bring D's to life.
It's an absolutely breathtaking audio experience you're not going to want to miss as you harness the power of blood and
okay, that's not the gameplay I was expecting.
Gothic landscape.
I thought it'd be some shitty turn-based thing.
The path home begins. All right, students, you can download and play Silver and Blood Requiem by clicking the link in the description below, or by scanning the
That's some good art
screen here for both PC and mobile users. Don't forget, you can click these links to also check.
It reminds me of Trinity Blood.
Does your blood hold?
Like Trinity Blood had that kind of like over like
Stone games and
oh my god, what's like more blown out look.
Sponsoring today's lecture
and have that
Let's
style
get back
to
class with a Ligma University exclusive interview.
Ligma University is powerful.
Individuals that finds armpits attractive.
Involved with the interview have been anonymized to ensure their safety. Man, like what you want, open and proud.
Please have a seat.
It's fine.
Okay, well, first off, I wanted to thank you for joining us and agreeing to partake in this interview.
I'm happy to be here and tell people about this experience. So yeah, it's no problem.
69 minutes? That's so good.
How did this all start?
Well, I've liked armpits ever since I could remember, really.
Why?
Ever since I was a kid. When I was a kid, I played this game. Are you familiar with Sonic the Hedgehog?
Oh no. It's where it all starts.
Sick.
It all goes back to Sonic Adventure 2.
You know, they don't wear shirts, a lot of them, and
Yeah, he's right.
sorry.
Does anybody remember the like alternative costume Rouge got in Sonic Adventure 2, where it was just like had a bunch of cleavage and it was like way more sexy than like a lot of the other stuff going on in that game? They knew what they were doing. But if you think about it, everyone else is naked. They just got the little feetsies covered. That's all. Shadow, he's got his little feetsies covered. Tails. Uh, hmm. Do you think they'd ever have the balls to make a game in which Eggman is also in that style, where it's just him walking around but in shoes only? Do you think they'd ever have like the bravery to do that? I think that'd be awesome. I think Eggman should be more naked on camera. That's just me.
You know, I haven't spoken to my family in years.
Got shamed by the family for the armpits.
That must have been hard.
It's been hard, but you know, this is the life I chose to be.
I'll show you some hard.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
That's the sort of thing with these kinds of things. I mean, you don't really plan to be into armpits.
I guess that would be true. Just kind of find it, right?
Alone at night and
oh no, it's where I'm my most vulnerable.
no, so yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah.
If I could stop, I would.
Oh,
I do hope you.
Oh, it's that bad.
But I do appreciate you giving us your time and coming on here to tell the world about your affliction.
You didn't say anything. I wanted to know why or how. I want the details. What about them folds? Stink in the right way for you. You suffocated while buried face deep in some pit. Holy shit, that's awesome.
These people live among us. And it's our duty to weed them out, identify them, and make sure that we don't fall into the same fate that they have unfortunately found themselves in.
Man, you know what? I get it.
You might be wondering,
right, yeah,
Professor
continue,
Lando, now that I know that there are malicious actors out there.
Yeah, I'm a lonely weeb. I have nothing else going for me in my life. You know what? I've been thinking I need to go way harder into being who I am, right? Nothing's gonna change. I've tried. I'm kind of stuck here. Maybe I should be more degenerate. Maybe I should be more parasocial. Be more chronically online than I already am. And just be a problem for myself. Go harder into VTubers. Just be me. Just maybe I would be happier. Who knows? Maybe you're happier if you can find more like attraction in this random shit, right? Maybe me staying away is the problem. Maybe I'm too close-minded.
They're trying to convince me, an innocent person, to be attracted to armpits of all things. What can I do to protect myself?
Yeah.
I have a diagram for you.
Deodorant. Armpit.
This is the
complexity
diagram of armpit complexity.
Hell yeah.
Memorize what I'm about to show you, and you will be well equipped to face the dangers of armpits online. So first off, we have level 1.
I don't think it's online that I'd fear the armpit. It's going to cons.
What are we talking about when we say armpit complexity? Well, mainly, specifically, the amount of detail.
You're so good at drawing. I wish I could draw well.
Online. And first we have level 1, safe. As you can see here,
no detail.
Diagram, this depiction of an armpit, there are no lines drawn. This is something
just smooth. Right.
A cartoon or like a stick figure drawing almost.
Why does it look like Jean from Ruby, where he's doing the dance scene in the dress?
Complexity or detail here. So here at level 1, you can be confident that you are safe. Level 2. Here in level 2, you're going to see the emergence
of the line.
We are seeing the addition of this complexity here on a very basic level. Perhaps this is an artist's depiction of depth there. They want to imply that, yes, that is an armpit, and there is a sort of pit, obviously, a depth there. And I'm simply trying to convey to you my artistic merit in being able to depict said body part. And so here at level 2, we are increasing the complexity, but still safe. Next
are we still safe?
Level 3. Here we see the complexity increase with the addition
another line
of another line. Perhaps 2.
No,
You're
stop.
officially
It's too many.
dangerous territory.
Yeah, see, you said it.
Exactly sure who are your friends and who are your enemies.
There are some that are like, okay, it's not a problem to have it be detailed, right? Because like the body folds and whatnot, we have all this other shit there. It's just a natural occurrence. And sometimes that detail is fine to have in drawings, but then people go like the extra mile, especially on Twitter, and it's those that are disgusting. I hate them. I don't like where this is going.
What does that mean? Here we see the increase in complexity with the armpits. And I guess the question you really have to ask yourself is why? Why are these lines added and
why are they
necessary?
Added? Tell me.
And here I would say that although suspect territory, you can't be exactly sure if you're in the danger zone or not. Because, you know, maybe this is just simply an attention to detail.
Yeah,
Wanting to be
it's harmless.
More
just there for fun.
And more perhaps anatomically correct. So I would say proceed with caution here at level 3, but don't assume you're safe. However, with the next level,
oh no.
Level 4.
Are we in it?
Here at level 4, we see the complexity of the armpit reach completely unnecessary level.
I don't like that.
With so many lines and creases being added, like you're trying to tell the age of a tree. This is completely absurd. Maybe
I haven't looked at a person's armpit in a long time. But are they that
freshly shaven,
yeah,
razor burn, or perhaps
I hate it.
Some musk coming off of the armpit to depict maybe
it's the stinky ones
emanating,
but also
of it.
sneef.
You got some sweat beads,
a little sweat
there. Yeah, or maybe you can even add a little bit of a hair. You know.
No, not the hair. No, the hair's gross.
That's when we've completely gone.
Body hair's gross.
And I would turn the other way.
I hate it.
So the question is why?
Yeah, why?
What exactly is the mechanism driving the popularity of armpits?
I love Chi-Chi.
And that mechanism is power
creep.
creep. If you play trading card games, competitive trading card games, you might be familiar
those are for
with
nerds.
the concept.
I want nothing to do
The
with
same thing
those.
happens when it comes to explicit body parts and desire. Let's go back in time. Let's go back and take a look at what people considered attractive. Many, many years ago,
the ankle.
The thought of seeing someone's ankle was scandalous. To see someone's a little bit of skin showing because a dress was a little too short.
Is that the next trend? We're gonna move from like armpits to ankles. Are we gonna have oddly overly detailed ankles next that are drawn to look slightly like other anatomical parts of maybe the woman body? Oh no. There's so many. Maybe the back of the knee, like Amagami. If anybody remembers, there's a part in Amagami where he's like kissing the back of the one girl's knee. I don't remember which one that was. It's been so long since I've interacted with the Amagami series. There's only so much skin left on the human body. Oh my god. Oh fuck, what was it? It wasn't 2020. I think it was before 2020. Does anybody remember like the eyeball bukakes? Does anybody remember that? No, was it eyeball bukake? No, what was it? God, it was something to do with the eyeball. Eye licking. No, it was eye licking. I'm sorry. It was not eyeball bukake. That's another video I watched. Yeah, does anybody remember the eye licking like thing that happened, like was going on in Japan for the longest time? And people were like, hey guys, please stop licking eyeballs. That's how you get sick. It's like that. We just got to find more shit. Maybe it's not like it has to be entirely on the outside. We can fold things a little bit just to get a little more complex with them.
Was considered perhaps explicit, lustful even. Of course, nowadays we see something like this and think, well, that's ridiculous. So that's where we're starting. The bar.
Have you ever been to like
but over time,
that Reddit for people in Walmart? This is like the safest thing ever compared to that.
To get that same rush that we used to feel when looking at an ankle. So what started as an ankle might evolve to thighs and thighs, and that little bit of squish that's shown just below the skirt.
Good shit.
Our senses
Good shit.
are getting dulled. We get used to the things we see, and we require more activation of that little thing.
I don't know. I'm pretty happy.
Brains. Ankles weren't enough. Thighs eventually weren't enough. Now this is something mundane. This is something you might see me
Show me
wearing at the mall,
thighs, and I will judge.
But eventually, we need to go even further beyond. And so,
Boopa?
we start liking things like wearing diapers. It's a
I'm dying. I wasn't expecting diapers. No. Holy crap. Man, I don't know if a DeviantArt is still this way or not, because I know it's like an AI hellscape now. But there was a period of time in which you just go on DeviantArt and on the front page there would just be diapers there. Just characters in diapers, just doing shit in diapers. You know, I'm very much so. I've always been in the mindset of, hey, you know what? You're a legal person, I guess. Right? You want to do your thing, have your own thing or whatever. You can have that. Fine. I'm not saying I won't judge you, because we can actually go a little deeper than surface level of like why you like into something. But as long as you're not hurting anybody, who gives a fuck, right? But boy, do I not want to see it. People can have their thing, but I don't want to see it. I I fear like, oh my god. So sometimes when you're on Twitter, right, and you're just searching anything random, and because like the porn tags find their way everywhere, every now and then something like this will like creep in there. And I think now I'm to such a point where it's like, yeah, you see this kind of shit constantly. You see it and it's like, oh man, I hate that. And then you just keep scrolling like nothing happened. Do I need to desensitize myself more? Should I go deeper?
Oh. No, yeah, that's gross. Just kidding. Just kidding. Stupid. Finding yourselves being attracted to armpits of all things. God.
Yeah.
All right, students.
How
So in
odd.
conclusion, I think we've learned that yes,
Look at the little
there are
sulfos.
people out there that see armpits as objects of lust, of desire. And it's sick and it's twisted. And I would say to you, don't let these troubled individuals convince you that you should not draw armpits or not post a selfie, that you should be embarrassed.
Oh, it's all right. He's right in a way. Because, like, yeah, if you want to have your artistic freedom, do it. Who cares, right? But there are so many artists I love on Twitter that I follow. If any of you follow me on Twitter, like, I follow some degen shit. And I think actually I am almost entirely degen shit inside of as well as my friends, right? And VTubers and other content creators alike. But, oh, they have to be trendy and they have to stay relevant. And so every now and then, some of these artists who can just draw these immaculate, wonderful things will also just draw this kind of shit. And it's like, I don't want to see it, but it's so popular. It pops up like a dozen times. I respect the hustle, but no.
And or ashamed of such a normal, run-of-the-mill body part. It's just an armpit, right?
It is just an armpit.
I would say just keep posting them. Or drawing them. Or what have you, because nothing's wrong with an armpit. It's just a normal body part. I mean, this is ridiculous, right? That people are even attracted to this normal body part. It's crazy to me. What's next? What are people going to be into next? It's crazy to me.
Oh, he put his feet up. I hate the feet. That was very well done. Okay. Yeah, that was Armpits Explained by Professor Lando. All his videos are great. He's got a bunch of them that are really good. His one on Fuda is also really good. Oh, there it is actually right there. Yeah, this one. That's a really good one. I think that's the first one of his videos I'd ever seen was the Fuda one. But good on him. Makima. For those who don't know, I am mentally unwell for how much I like Makima. I might like Makima a little too much. And that's okay. We're allowed to like Makima a little too much. But she's my wife. Get over it. All right. Gonna use the restroom real quick. And then we're gonna do some more. I'm having fun doing this. Just give me 1 sec and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Welcome back, everybody. Patch, 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 patch. Okay, all right. So I did have some other videos I wanted to do today while I'm at it. I'm debating on one of them if I should do them or not because it's so long. But I think I want to. This is the controversial visual novel that is too explicit to play. I'm so excited for this one. I'm so excited for this one. Oh my god. This one is by Redo Lichi? I don't know how to pronounce it. Redo Lichi? Blah something too? Yeah, that person. Thank you to them for making this video. I'm assuming it's going to be a wonderful deep dive into all of this, okay? So, this is going to be pretty explicit. I hope everybody's okay with this. I'm excited. Ready? 3, 2, 1, whack. Pickle, close your eyes. ASMR.
Yeah, what would you do if one day you wake up in a strange place, a device is strapped to your neck, and you're asked to participate in a deadly game that involves you doing something terrible to the woman around you? Failure to comply means death. That is exactly what Euphoria is about. Developed by ClockUp.
Man, okay. Euphoria. Euphoria. It has been a bit since I've interacted with the Euphoria franchise. I think it should be obvious that I know what the fuck Euphoria is. Of course, seen all the little animations. I think who hasn't seen like Euphoria the animation, right? Man, it's basically Saw, but it's like you got to do like sex stuff. It's some parts of it are really fucked up. But it's one of those things you just kind of like have to go through. It's, you know, when you like you're growing up and you watch things like Two Guys, One Horse or One Guy, One Cup or like Ghost Rider or something, right? It's just something you find on the internet or Goatsy even. And it's like, okay, yeah, I guess I've seen that now. I know of it because it's internet culture. I think for a lot of weeb stuff, at least like the older school weeb stuff, Euphoria is also much like that. Like Sayo no Uta used to be like that, and then it's like became very mainstream. But oh, I'm excited. I'm excited to see where this goes. All right, yeah. Let's do it. I want to see that cool like noose scene where they have like the noose little machine where he's got to like pull it to bounce him up and down. Looking awesome.
Been released in 2011 in Japan, Euphoria tells the story of Takato Keisuke, who one day found himself waking up inside a facility with 6 other women and was forced to participate in a deadly life and death game. The game was remastered in 2015, and then 8 months later, Manga Gamer released the official English translation, making the game available for a global audience. Now, what I'm describing is the surface level of what this game has to offer, because truth to be told, Euphoria is more than that. This game is not for the weak, as it contains stuff that even I personally couldn't handle. So as a warning,
yeah, there's a lot of shit in this.
Planning on eating while watching this, please
now let's do it.
This while eating.
Got my snacks right here, my Albanese gummy bears. Excited.
Euphoria opens with Takato Keisuke waking up in a white facility room. A strange device is strapped around his neck.
Yeah.
At first, it appears to be a monitor for vital signs, but later we learn it serves a
the entire like
purpose.
Thing takes place in this weird facility.
Who changed his clothes? Since the last thing he remembers is falling.
It's almost like it's an excuse to not have to draw real backgrounds all the time. Plus, it fits the setting, so that's fine. Actually, there is a couple where they're like other scenes. I think there's one where it's like they're in like a school classroom and stuff like that. Yeah, I think most of the show, at least from what I've seen, is like that. I have seen a bunch of the visual novel stuff. Of course, it's been years since I've interacted with any of this, so I actually don't remember a lot of it. I'm interested to get back into checking it out. Does anybody? Okay, hold on. Before I do that, not saying that myself, would ever go to a weird website and have to download the entirety of Fate Stay Night that also had like a weird fan translation bullshit and multiple parts and then figure out how to assemble the game yourself together to make it function properly, right? Not saying I would ever do that back in like 2016 or 15 or whatever, because I couldn't afford the Fate Stay Night series on. Yeah. Not saying I would ever, but does anybody else remember ever having to do that with a lot of these games? Because there was actually a period of time where like they weren't popular enough here to really have access to or even have real translations. Like there is so many just bullshit translations on these things. Oh, I don't know if anyone remembers that, if anybody's old enough to remember having to do stuff like that, because a lot of the stores have been around for a decent while, but it's become way more accessible over the years, which is actually, that's pretty cool for me. Not for me, for everyone else,
the red light
not just
the
me.
door turns green. Keisuke walks through and enters another white room. This time, he's not alone. Here, we're introduced to 6 other characters: Kanae Hokari, Keisuke's childhood friend; Rika Makiba, the annoying parasite, Keisuke and Kanae's underclassman.
Is the childhood friend the one you spank until she like
and silent
dies almost?
Byakuya, the English teacher Natsuki Aoi, and finally the popular and mysterious girl Manaka Nemu. All of them came from the same place, Rokuge-kan Academy. Once the characters have gathered, a voice announced that they are now participating in a game.
Okay, so I think Euphoria is also another one of those franchises where you'll see it on Twitter or something and people, it's like Azumanga Daioh. Like how, for whatever reason, Azumanga Daioh is everywhere, but nobody's actually ever watched it. You'll see people have like accounts based on like Osaka or something, and they don't know her name is actually like Ayumu Kasuga instead of actually being named Osaka. And I also feel like Euphoria might also be one of those other things to where it's like, it's just in places, in the same places I would see like girls have these Song of Saya or Sayano Uta like profile picture, some shit. It's just shared because it's known to be controversial and weird, or it's known to be like really edgy. I don't know. Maybe there's more of it now than there was before, right? Because Euphoria, like on the internet, was only hard focused into very specific parts, like or places that I would know, like people would actually talk about it. Like occasionally, maybe you'd see like show up on 4chan or something, but I don't know. There's a lot more of it now, and I don't quite believe as much of it as like maybe I would used to, because these spaces are so much more open now.
The rules are simple. Their objective is to unlock 5 sealed doors in order to reach the surface and escape. Each participant is assigned one of the 2 roles, an unlocker or a keyhole. Cool. These roles are determined by biological sex. Those with XY chromosomes become unlockers, while those with XX chromosome are keyholes.
I'm the unlocker.
But by looking at the names of the roles given, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that only males can be unlocker and only females can be the keyholes. After the explanation ends, Miyako bursts into rage, likely overwhelmed by the stress and tension of the
situation. She the one that's in the electric...
She refused to take part.
Like it's electrocuted in the weird chair.
Calm her down since they know their life is on the line, but Miyako wouldn't listen. To her, this is just some horrific prank or a very cruel joke.
That electric chair seems fucking awesome.
That failed as well. She's too agitated, and honestly, can you blame her? When you're the only male in the room full of women and your assigned role is to unlock them, it's hard to seem trustworthy, especially when everything about this situation seemed designed to benefit you. So Miyako makes a fatal choice. She declares that she's quitting the game.
She's not wrong.
The voice acknowledges her statement and asks her once again to confirm it. Miyako, still ignorant of their situation, repeats that she wants out. Suddenly, the room goes dark. A few seconds later, the light returns, but Miyako is gone. As everyone frantically searches for her, the door in front of them suddenly unlocks. All of them enters the next room, and here we witness the first death of the game. In front of them is Miyako, strapped to an electric chair.
Yeah, she is the one that in the electric chair.
Her voice making her unable to speak aside from making a whimpering noise. The voice returns, explaining to the group that Miyako's crime was refusal to participate. Her punishment? Death by electrocution. It's not a pretty sight. It
she like
for a few minutes,
pisses herself and stuff too. It's fucking brutal.
The next room opens. Horrified by what they just witnessed and desperate not to share her fate, the rest of the group immediately proceed through. That was a brutal start. But as disturbing as Miyako's death was, it's only the beginning. Things get much worse from here. While the others are still processing what just happened, Keisuke quietly slips away and returns to the room where Miyako was executed. Just as he is about to do something unthinkable, Nemu appeared behind him and hugs him. Keisuke is stunned. At first, he thought she's trying to be intimate, but he quickly realized the horrifying truth. Nemu saw everything, and now she's threatening to expose him to Kanae.
Yeah, was he gonna like jerk off on her or something?
Horrified. Kanae is his childhood friend. She is someone he deeply cherished like a family. The thought of her discovering his sick, perverted desire would destroy him. But Nemu didn't care any of that. She finally got something that she can use to blackmail him. Nemu agrees to keep his secret under one condition. He must grant her request.
Where's my blackmailing wife?
Keisuke agrees. To seal the deal, she asks for a kiss. Keisuke hesitated but complies, only to spot Kanae watching them when she enters the room. Her expression was pure shock. He immediately pulls away, desperate to explain the situation, but Nemu stops him and just gave him a sinister smile. She refused to let him go and resolve
that face. Look at that little face.
Nemu decided to come here and make her first request.
She's such a little shit. I love it.
Keisuke obviously refused since he doesn't want Kanae to experience any of this sick game, but keep in mind of that first request as we will get back to it much later in the video. For now, the voice returns to announce the start of the second deadly game. Side note, if you're not on Rika's route, prepare yourself. She's going to be extremely annoying. The voice tells Keisuke to choose a keyhole. From here, the game splits into 4 possible routes. Before we go deeper, let's talk about how the system works. Keisuke must complete 5 turns to clear the game. To enter a specific girl's route, he must choose the same girl repeatedly during those 5 turns. Once he did that, the story branches off based on that route. Now you can explore every route if you want the full story, but if you're aiming for the quickest path to the true ending, then just pick Nemu. Picking Nemu as your first route isn't necessarily a mistake. In fact,
I would pick Nemu.
Route, you can still understand the story of Euphoria because
don't even have to ask.
Ending only provide bits and pieces of what's happening in the game world, but the real ending is through Nemu's route. Rine's route is the only one that loosely ties into Nemu's route, but even if you didn't go through all of the route and just went straight to Nemu's route, since it led to the true ending, you'll still understand what Euphoria's true story is all about.
Okay, that's a good explanation by him. Thank you for that.
Subjecting myself to 15 hours of torture.
I like that he included that at the beginning. That's very well done. A lot of people would put that at the end, and like an hour-long video, that sucks.
Before we proceed, I want you all to know that the story of Euphoria is pretty much the same in every route. The only difference is what kind of punishments will be inflicted to the characters in their specific route. So to tell the story without spoiling too much of the plot twist, we will start with Natsuki. There's 2 reasons for this decision. 1, her punishment isn't too over the top. It's still considered tame compared to the other routes. In fact, the stuff that she went through as the game progressed is still tolerable compared to what the other girls went through. So it's a perfect place to start the game. Cool. And 2, you're not gonna miss anything important since the story progression is pretty identical until we reach a certain part of the game. And by that point, you pretty much know the gist of what Euphoria is quote unquote supposed to be before the big plot twist. So with that out of the way, we can finally begin. After thinking it through, Keisuke chooses Natsuki and enters a stark white room, where a box appeared in front of him. When opened, it reveals a set of instructions detailing how he should punish the selected participant. This punishment will get more and more extreme when we progress through the other routes, which is why selecting Natsuki first is the best option. After completing the first turn, Keisuke and the other get 30 minutes to rest before the next round.
Her, this is a character style I'm not too crazy for. Like, okay, so I do have an odd thing for like a woman in business suits kind of look, but this facial style she has, I'm not too crazy for it. Like the weird like full lip look and like how like the rounded glasses are. I don't know how to say it. The weird, sexy bitchy teacher look. Like this one isn't my favorite. There are many others, but this one's fine if you like this one. I'm just saying it's not my thing.
After completing the first turn, Keisuke and the other get 30 minutes to rest before the next round. During this break,
a whole 30
to
minutes
explore the room for any provided necessities. It takes him a few minutes to realize they're given only the bare minimum. The toilet is just a bucket, and the only drinking water was lukewarm and was also put in a bucket. They're treated like animals here. Yet one room stands out. Through the glass window, he sees a lavish, chandelier-lit interior and a table set with extravagant food. This is the VIP room, accessible only by
be in the VIP
bonus turn. Thankfully, the bonus turn's punishment is not too terrible, but I can't help but feel that it's only designed that way to give us the player a breathing room, because after that, the torture escalated. With a few minutes left, Keisuke returns to the room where Miyako died, only to find it empty as if no one had ever been there. As he wonders how they hide her body, Nemu appeared and started asking him about how he felt forcing himself on the girls. She threatened to expose his true nature to Kanae unless he complies with her demand. Reluctantly, Keisuke agrees. Nemu, thrilled with the replies, tell him to pick the same girl for the next 4th turn, promising something incredible will happen. After some tense back
He's just a degenerate.
The voice announced the start of the second
Who
game.
amongst you would be a degenerate?
Once the second game wraps up, we're hit with an uncomfortable scene of Rika desperately wanting to use the bathroom. The issue here is that her attitude is overly annoying. Everyone around her told her that she need to use the bucket because they have no toilets there. But Rika decided to throw a tantrum instead of being cooperative. Now if you think how she acted here was annoying, then the next scene will make you want to slap this girl.
Hell yeah, the game's about, let's do it.
Promising to access the VIP room for participant. Natsuki, being the caring teacher she is, prioritizes her students' well-being and decides to join. Keisuke, on the other hand, has awakened his darker impulses, craving for more pleasure, so he signs up. As I mentioned earlier, the bonus game's punishment are relatively tame. It always favors the girls. These moments are the only times the girls either enjoy their interaction with Keisuke since they're in control. Regardless of the
just like me, for real. The only time a woman in my presence would ever enjoy it is if they're in control. It feels bad.
outcome, both end up feeling fulfilled. Once the bonus game concludes, Rika rushes towards Keisuke and pulls out the most irritating behavior ever. She gleefully points out the VIP room is now open, hinting she wants in. Excuse me? Let's not forget, Keisuke and Natsuki did all of the heavy lifting to keep everyone alive, and this girl thinks she can just waltz in?
Yeah,
at this
do
point,
be like
Rika's
that.
officially a parasite. Her cutesy act doesn't fool me. She's leeching off all of their effort.
It would fool
But
me,
Natsuki,
just
being the
saying, if someone wants to try
selfless
it.
teacher she is, relinquished her rights to the VIP room. This woman, who's been doing all the hard work and hasn't even showered yet, she gives up her chance for Rika's sake.
Why are we adding the
That's not
shower
infuriating
part
enough.
in?
Nemu jumps in, claiming her own right to the room. But surely,
It only makes
they'll
the
appreciate
experience more
Natsuki's
pungent.
kind gesture, right? I mean, surely Rika would appreciate that, right? Oh boy, I wish that was the case.
Yeah.
That night, Natsuki and Keisuke witness Rine wakes up and enter the room where Miyako died. She seemed to be looking for something. This will be explained later in her route, but for now, it doesn't mean much to us. Nothing else happened after that, and we proceed to the next day. Now, remember when I mentioned Rika being annoying? This is where she really shows it.
Okay.
After finishing the 3rd and 4th round, the bonus round was announced. As usual, both Keisuke and Natsuki participate. When they finished and heard the announcement that the VIP room was open, Rika shamelessly told everyone how glad she was to finally rest, completely ignoring that it was Keisuke and Natsuki's hard work that opened that room. When Kanae suggested
It's crazy calling it hard work.
Rika had the audacity to guilt trip them. Honestly, if you're not annoyed and angry at this parasite by this point, there's something wrong with you.
Nah, I'm okay.
Of course, Nemu agrees with her. She loved getting under his skin. But Keisuke ignored them and went straight into the VIP room before those parasites could say anything else. Inside the VIP
How nice that room
Keisuke
is.
noticed something strange. As he was talking
There's
to
a bed in
Natsuki,
there
the
and
food
some good
behind them
food.
suddenly disappeared. This baffled both of them. How could it vanish like that? This is where the collars around their neck comes into play. As mentioned earlier, the collars do more than just measure vitality. They can manipulate perception and consciousness. This is how Miyako's body managed to disappear. Keisuke comes to the conclusion that the game master must have manipulated his perception into seeing something else. There's more to this, but explaining further would spoil the true ending, so we'll leave it at now. After this, Natsuki and Keisuke talk a bit more, and this is when Natsuki discovered that Keisuke was being blackmailed by Nemu. She didn't know the exact detail because Keisuke wouldn't tell her. I mean, I don't blame him. Imagine telling the teacher that you're being blackmailed because someone found out about your sick and twisted fetish of being aroused.
That's just school, though. I mean, like, I can't imagine being told onto the teacher, hey, I need to let you know I was jorking it over someone's body, and then this girl blackmailed me, so I gotta tell you first. I'm gonna get in out.
By the sight of dead bodies. Who knows what her reaction would be? Natsuki offered help, but Keisuke declined, not wanting to jeopardize everything and risk Kanae finding out what happened to him. With only one game left, she decided to keep it a secret until the very end. The next day, we were treated to another annoying scene of Rika being overly childish. The morning starts with Rika asking for a sandwich from the VIP
Rika
room.
did nothing
This
wrong.
caught Keisuke by surprise because there was no sandwich in the room at all. He asked Nemu if this was true, and it turned out it was. Apparently, the game master had provided a box containing enough sandwich for everyone. Now, I know what everyone's thinking. If there were so many sandwiches, why didn't the other mention them yesterday? You guessed it. Rika ate them all. When
Rika, you bitch.
She justified it by saying that they were a present from Nemu and she was entitled
my only
to
healing
them
item.
all. This ungrateful parasite thinks the whole world revolves around her and that she deserves to be treated nicely, completely forgetting that they're in a death game. Surprisingly, Keisuke remained tolerant. He wanted to ask her if she noticed anything strange during her stay in the VIP room, but this piece of shit just ran away, accusing Keisuke of hiding the food. Listen here, you little shit. After the fifth game ended, relief started to sink in as everyone felt confident that they had finished and could finally leave. However, as they waited in front of the door, they noticed that it didn't open. The monitor light up, revealing that they had to wait 3 hours before the lock was released. With nothing else to do, Keisuke talked to everyone before accompanying Kanai.
She's so cute. I like her little style. It's very, very cute. God, do you imagine, like, not only being, like, locked in a room and then being told you're in a death game, and then maybe people who are like, okay, we all know you're a creepy weirdo, or you're into, like, dead bodies and stuff, or this punishment shit. And just knowing it, I don't know how, like, would you ever feel uncomfortable about that? I'd assume most people would, right? Or I don't know. This sounds like a weird thing now, but if I really think about the people I've ever hung out with or known, like on Discord or VR chat or something, these are just normal conversations. Maybe the shame is no longer there. There are too many groups on the internet now dedicated to all this stuff. I don't know. I don't know if I could be in a chat and be like, hey guys, I'm sorry, but I'm like really into the whole like dead body thing. It's just like it's like my thing, right? But I don't know. It would take a lot for people to probably be okay with that. You can tell this is a game from an older era before like we just started mass degeneracy on the open.
Who looked tired for some reason. He stayed by her side and unexpectedly fell asleep next to her. When he woke up, the place was eerily quiet. As he searched from room to room, he couldn't find anyone. Had they abandoned him? Keisuke checked the time and his blood ran cold. The numbers were going up. It wasn't a countdown at all. He rushed to the exit door and saw the light had long turned green and the door was slightly ajar. When he entered, a voice spoke to him and congratulated him. Now it was time to start another game. Keisuke felt his anger welling up. He had just escaped a death game and now they wanted him to play another one, but he didn't have the luxury
it's New
of
Game Plus.
as the voice revealed that he needed to rescue everyone. The voice did give him a handicap. Even if someone died, he could still proceed. That's kind of ominous, but okay. I just hope the first
I get a freebie is what you're saying.
Put in a dangerous situation.
Feels bad.
Oh, come on. Inside the tank, Keisuke saw an unconscious Natsuki chained to a stone cross. The voice told him that he had limited time to save her and to make things hard.
What's the thing in Higurashi? The like the cult shit that they do when they have them chained up and they have to like put a nail through each one of like the like joints in their fingers or some shit like that. I don't know why. That reminds me of that scene. There's a lot of little things like Higurashi that I think about when I also think of Euphoria, but that one specifically, like just seeing her chained up like that reminds me of that.
The lever was charged with an electric current that increased in voltage the more he pulls in. Keisuke tried his hardest and managed to move it slightly, despite the electric current slowly destroying his hand. This is enough for him to believe that he'll be able to save his teacher, but just as he celebrated this small victory, a blast of electricity surged through his hand. It turns out the voice had increased the voltage to its maximum, leaving Keisuke momentarily paralyzed.
They really like their electricity stuff, huh?
Helplessly as the water filled the
There's a lot of little electric play.
He had failed to save his teacher. As he slipped into unconsciousness, he heard Natsuki's voice urging him to not give up. Miraculously, this gave him strength. As he stood, the voice announced that he had failed to save one person, and as if it was mocking him, it told him to do better next time, and opened the door
to
do
the better.
next room. The next person was Nemu, pinned to a wall with a bowgun aimed at her. Honestly,
cool.
This was a perfect opportunity to let her die.
Sand straps are pretty cool.
Secret is safe. But at the last second before the timer hit 0, Keisuke shielded her and switched off the device.
Oh, he took the hit.
Though he saved her, he offered no thanks beyond patching up his bleeding arm. The two
fuck?
Temporary truce and Keisuke.
Imagine taking a knife for somebody. But Pensy, I don't want to hear your bullshit. Huh? Yeah, imagine taking a knife for someone and then you're like, yeah, whatever, I guess. it's like I don't know why it reminds me of Starship Troopers, where the guy is like told to put his hand up on the wall and he tosses the knife in. I love that scene. It reminds me of that. Ah, Nemu's awesome. Look at her. Look at her stern little face. She's so cool. I love her. Look at her. Penti, you can't fucking judge me.
They ask for help in saving the others, while Nemu reluctantly agrees to. Next, they save Rine, who was bound and gagged on a guillotine. To save her, Keisuke had to prevent the blade from dropping past a certain point, which was no easy task since the rope was wrapped in barbed wire. The third person was Kane, locked inside a cylindrical tank with a ticking time bomb. To free her, they had to solve a complex equation.
All right, I mean, come on. A guillotine, like, is so much more of an interesting device than a fucking time bomb. Come on. You do more than just put her in a cage and put a time bomb in it. Also, my God, the delay between what I'm doing now and the video is huge. Like, it's off by a lot. Dude, really? Put a goddamn bomb with that. That sucks. That's so lame.
I love this part because the way they solve it is pretty damn amazing. Nemu began reciting the Latin phrases Omnis una manet nox, dum spiro spero, per angusta ad augusta.
What's una manet nox? I don't think I know what that means. I know dum spiro spero is like as I live I breathe or something like that. Per angusta de augusta. Via spera ad paradisium. I don't think I know the rest of it. I just know the Doom Spiro Spero part. Okay. I need to learn other languages. I think it would be beneficial for me to learn other languages like that. Japan loves their Latin. They love their German a lot. So it probably would be more beneficial to get deep in there with that.
Per spero ad paradisum. I apologize if I butchered that sentence. These Latin phrases appear in the rule of the death game. Anyway, after writing down the Latin word, they converted them to numerals and were supposed to count each word, but Rine interrupted and told them the correct answer was paradisum. You might be wondering why that specific word, but all will be revealed soon, so keep that in mind. After assigning numerical value to the letter paradisum, they calculated and got the number 1193 as the answer. They then added the digit individually to get 14, and then added those two digits again to get the final answer 5. After entering that,
don't ever ask me to do math. Don't you dare ever ask me to do math. It's only gotten worse over time. Like, I used to be really good at math. When I was in school, math was one of my best subjects. And then because like leaving school, I just did manufacturing the entire time and we didn't really need math. The only time I needed math was when we were like building houses and I had to make sure I did measurements properly. But it's been so long since I've done that my brain is rotted. I just can't do math now. I unironically need help when it's like, okay, I get my little calculator out, figure this out. Even when I'm doing commission shit and I have to figure out prices for stuff, it is sad. It is sad and awful. Don't ever ask me to do it. It makes me sad, especially puzzles. Puzzles too. I have a thing where like I want to play a lot of games because I like a bunch of games, and when I'm doing puzzles by myself, I don't have an issue, but I get such bad like performance anxiety when there's even the simplest of puzzles in a game and I'm live that it causes me to freak out. Like there is a part in mouthwashing where all I had to do was walk across the room and pick up like the fire hydrant or some shit like that. And I like lost my mind over that. I was so panicked just because I thought, oh my God, there's a puzzle. I'm gonna look stupid. I can't do this. It sucks. It sucks a lot.
Kane was released and they proceed to the final door. As soon as they entered, Rika's loud scream can be heard. She is inside a glass box that slowly squashed her to death. The condition to save her is pretty simple. Pick someone or hurt yourself. Kane initially volunteered to be the one getting hit, but Keisuke didn't want that. Seeing that Rika was dying because of her indecisiveness, Nemu stands in front of him and starts cursing at him while also throwing punches in his face. Since Keisuke was already pissed off at Nemu from the very beginning,
yeah, doesn't he beat the shit out of her?
Beat her until she's unconscious.
Yeah, I remember that part.
At that moment, the voice congratulates him and release Rika. However,
God damn it. God damn it. I'm such a terrible person. I'm such a terrible person. I can't. First off, there's two parts to what I'm about to say. Please don't take this the wrong way, please. Like, just seeing her beat up, there's There's like an old meme I've seen where it's something like, "What is your workout playlist?" And it's just 10 hours of women crying. And I don't know why I think of that joke a lot. And for some reason, seeing Nemu beat to shit it reminds me of that. Yeah, I remember her getting beat to shit part. There's actually a lot here I have forgotten because like I have seen a lot this whole story through, and I don't quite remember the ending because it's been like, oh God, how long ago is like 2016 or 17? Right, it's been a bit. Man, I'll speak squished to death. I don't know what would be worse between being blown up and squished to death because I feel like being squished is slow and awful and you feel everything in your body erupting and crushing. That would be a brutal, awful way to go. I would rather be like shot. I would hope that you would shoot me instead of doing the old like mafia thing. What's the old mafia like trope of you have like the car lot and you're crushing cars and you put the guy in the car you're gonna crush, like that kind of thing. Being crushed to death seems like a really raw deal.
Instead of thanking him, she ran towards Nemu, crying like a little bitch while making that dumbass happy looking face. Once they were fully rested,
happy
the
face
five of them made their way into the
all
dark
out.
tunnel. They kept running until they spotted a large metal door. Working together, they opened the door and arrived in what appears to be an underground tunnel.
That's a good pose. I like that
Kanae
pose.
immediately pointed out that the exit was not far from their location. Keisuke wasted no
She's
time
so cute.
to press forward, but as he continues, his vision begins to blur and he eventually passed out. After some time, Keisuke woke up in what
Me on my
appears
way to the
be an
toilet after
underground
Taco
bunker,
Bell.
stocked with enough food and water for someone to survive there. He didn't know how long he had been unconscious, but he knew he had to find Kanae and the others. A nearby ladder led him to a forest. Stepping into the open air, Keisuke observed his surrounding and realized the facility where they were held captive was near their school. Relieved.
Oh my God, I don't know why this. God, I keep doing this thing where it reminds me of shit. It's like the dumb alien thing from Higurashi. Just seeing the kind of like okay art, the visual novel style art for this in the backgrounds, it really, really reminds me of the alien scene from Higurashi. Why is there an alien part of Higurashi? Why is that there? Why? What out of all this shit they added to that series, why that one?
To know they had been so close all along, he continued walking until he found a cave and entered it. While exploring, he heard voices and quickly hid himself. The voice belongs to two students in robe attire discussing a meeting. Intrigued,
It's the
Keisuke
Bible
disguised
Black
himself
Gang.
as one of the robe students and headed to the meeting place. There, he saw Rine dressed in a priest-like outfit. This will be explained in her route, but for now, all you need to know is that Rine was running a cult. After she delivered a cult-like speech, she tasked a few students with clearing a blockage near the meeting place. From their conversation, Keisuke learned what Rine was searching for on the second night when they saw her. She was looking for an exit. The student dug further and uncovered a door leading back to the facility. While the others rushed to inform Rine, Keisuke slipped inside.
Imagine leaving and then you go back to
Honestly,
that.
what is it with this guy's obsession with dead bodies? Unfortunately, he didn't find her, but what he discovered was far worse. On a monitor, he saw female students from his school being assaulted by the male student, with Nemu at the center of the chaos, laughing maniacally and staring directly at the monitor. As if she knew Keisuke was watching, she declares that she had taken over the school and held Kanae as a prisoner. Rage surged within him and he ran as fast as he could to the school. When he arrived, Nemu revealed another shocking truth. Natsuki is still alive and she used her as bait to lure Keisuke away. This is where things became a little bit disgusting. Nemu ordered Keisuke to teacher if he wanted to save Kanae. With no other choice, Keisuke complied, but at this point, Natsuki was bleeding from you know where. I feel sick just writing this.
Yeah, it feels bad.
And it's not the worst part of the story, but it's undeniably grotesque. After that horrific ordeal, Nemu, surprise surprise, lied and locked both Natsuki and Keisuke in a classroom. This turned out to be a blessing in disguise as it gave both of them time to plan their escape. Keisuke learned that Natsuki had ties to an outside organization that provided her with key details. She knew where Kanae was being held and explained more about the collars around their neck. Apparently, when Nemu took over the school, she gained control of the collar,
That's cool that she knows.
holding their lives in her hands. The two devised a plan to save Kanae using an attack by Rine's cult group as a distraction. I forgot to mention earlier, but while Keisuke was in the cave, Rine's cult was planning to take over the school and overthrow Nemu. Using this chaos as cover, Keisuke rescued Kanae and the three of them escaped the school. After that, the story jumps forward 1 year, showing Keisuke and Natsuki on the beach. A flashback reveals what happened after their escape. Natsuki took Kanae to a hospital to recover while she and Keisuke boarded a plane to flee the area.
It's such a weird, like, yeah, here's the good ending. We all lived and went happily ever after. It's like very like Shawshank. Yeah, we just met on a beach somewhere. Man. Uh Man, it's so such Japanese thing to do. There's so many of these fucking visual novels that are like super fucked up and they'll just like get over themselves afterwards. Oh my god. It was a Space Pirate Sarah. Like the whole Space Pirate Sarah series is just like her going through some shit. And then the end of it's like, oh yeah, we're good. Right? Oh god, what's god I'm forgetting the name of it. There's one of them where it's a like it's a news reporter lady. She's kidnapped and made to do a lot of stuff in like a dungeon. And then the end of it is just like, oh yeah, I'm here to save you. I killed the guy that was doing all that stuff to you for the past 5 episodes. Let's leave. They just have such this huge like anticlimactic climactic, yeah, we just saved you bits.
The route ends with Natsuki enjoying her time at the beach, growing intimate with Keisuke, who has now officially become her lover.
Cool. I'd call that a win.
We're now starting Rika's route. One thing to note for the other route is that the story progression remains largely the same. There are some added dialogues here and there, but nothing significant enough to alter the overall story until we get to the underground bunker, which serve as the turning point for each character's route. Rika's route is probably the most interesting one I've experienced, second only to Nemu's. If I had to summarize her route, it would be a slow mental decline, humiliation, and mind break. At the start,
I like those tags.
Rika appears as an innocent girl, but her spoiled, obnoxious behavior makes her insufferable if you don't follow her route. That's why in the first half of the game, I genuinely despise her. She topped my hate list. So when I played her route, I expected a plot twist, something that reveals a hidden depth. Like she was only acting that way to gain attention and that deep down she actually has a different side to her. But that never came. This is her true self, an annoying, self-centered, overly selfish, childish girl.
Feels
At
bad.
least, that's what I thought during the first half of her route. After enduring the first 3 punishments, Rika began showing signs of breaking down. To cope with whatever was happening to her, she tried convincing Keisuke that he liked her, which is why he kept choosing her. This was clearly not true, and when Keisuke denies it, Rika broke down completely, blaming him for everything.
Usual woman confession, I hate to say it. It's oh my god. Like, I don't know if you've seen like the female dating strategy from Shuon Head, where it's like ask somebody out, they reject you, and it's kill yourself, you have a small pee-pee, nobody will ever love you, jump off a bridge. And it's like just 100 messages of that. It's just exactly how it goes. Average rejection.
The real turning point came during the second bonus round where things got truly interesting. Remember when I said that both round always favors both participant? Not for Rika. During her bonus round, she was taken to the VIP room, a paradise for her, a place to escape the horrors of the punishment game.
It looks like a really nice
Keisuke
meal.
Destroys that sanctuary. He did this because the requirement to win the bonus round was for her to eat the food inside the VIP room covered in his special white sauce. I don't think I need to explain what that.
You know what? I'm not gonna expose myself. That you know what? No, I should say it. I shouldn't say it. I shouldn't say these things. Okay. I'm becoming too much of a degenerate on Twitch. This is too much. I need to stop speaking. I'm sorry. We're gonna keep going.
That meant, but you get the idea. That was the final straw. Rika snapped, uttering the word, "I hate you." From that moment, her demeanor changed drastically. Damn. She became cold towards everyone, abandoning her usual high-pitched voice for a low, detached tone.
Have you ever heard a girl when she's hungry and angry? This is just normal.
She rejected everyone and stopped caring entirely. Since Rika's route follows a similar progression to the previous one, I'll skip to the part where she was placed inside a glass box and slowly crushed to death. When we get to the part where we must save her from being slowly crushed to death, the group went through the same process of saving everyone. But when it comes to Rika, Keisuke faced a critical choice that determined her fate. If he hesitated, the game presented one of the most uncomfortable scenes ever. As Rika was slowly crushed, Keisuke realized he loved her and regretted not confessing sooner. But instead of feeling guilt, Keisuke was having dirty thoughts about her.
Yeah.
In the end, watch her get crushed.
Average man.
That he loves her all this time. If Keisuke didn't hesitate, Rika survived and the story progressed to the underground bunker. This time, instead of waking up alone, Keisuke found Rika beside him. She told him that after he blacked out, she initially wanted to leave him, but since he saved her, she decided to take care of him while he was unconscious. Realizing
that's very nice.
Keisuke confessed to her and the two shared an intimate moment. Afterward, he asked about Kanae's whereabouts and learned it had been several days since Rika last saw her. The game then continued normally until the part where Nemu revealed herself as the mastermind and captured Keisuke and Rika. This is where things play out differently from the previous route. Both of them were taken to a classroom where Rika was allowed to stay with him. They shared another intimate moment before Keisuke told Rika to escape while he went to
I'm sorry, I'm staying quiet. I'm just so invested into this too. This is neat. I'm enjoying watching this. This is neat. Sorry, I'm DMing somebody. I apologize. Give me 1 minute. I'm so sorry. Okay, alright, you're good.
After rescuing Kanae, Keisuke ran towards the cellar where Rika was waiting, but before he could reach it, he was attacked by an unknown woman in a black suit. In Nemu's route, we later learn she works for
I would be okay being attacked by an unknown woman in a black suit.
Take over the school. Nemu then brought all three of them to the school rooftop for a twisted game.
Their little face, I love her. What a shitty little face.
Knowing Keisuke would likely choose Kanae, Rika decided to take her own life to spare him from the guilt. But Keisuke saw through her intention, reassured her everything would be fine and charged at Nemu. Rika was horrified. She knew that Nemu's bodyguard could easily kill him. In a desperate act to save him, she jumped to her death. Keisuke witnessed this, broke down in disbelief. The game then offered us a choice: retrieve and bury her body or just leave it. The correct one was to bury her. Choosing this, Keisuke rushed to the school ground expecting to find Rika's mangled body, but found
That's awesome.
no trace of her at all. Suddenly, the unknown woman who attacked him appeared and declared that he had cleared the game. Confused, Keisuke tried to ask a question, but his vision darkened and he woke up in a hospital with Rika by his side.
He truly was the man who sold the world.
Showing Keisuke and Rika on a date, acting like lovers. We're now starting Rine's route, one of my favorite because it reveals so much about her character, and the plot twist at the end just left me stunned. At the start of Euphoria, Rine appears distant and cold towards everyone, but she never fully rejected them, including Keisuke. In every route, no matter how harsh the punishment Keisuke inflicts on a girl, Rine understands it's not his fault. She's also the only one who tries to be friends with Rika. This later becomes a problem as it makes Rika overly dependent on her, turning her into a yandere with romantic feelings for her. As for the punishments in Rine's route, they aren't too repulsive for me, but the last two were deeply unsettling, especially the final round. Without going into too much detail, remember the scene in Corpse Party where we see Seiko by the ropes in the bathroom? Well, cool. Imagine that, but replace her with Rine and put Keisuke behind her doing dirty things. And that is basically what this scene is. Honestly, it's not as grotesque as some other scene, but it still made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, she's got the news scene, right?
The same progression.
Yeah, I remember she had the news scene. I think I like Renee's her route a little more. She's one of the ones I remember more. I know talking about Kanae at all will spoil like the main ending stuff because she's like pretty much tied to it. But Renee's, I also like what she's got going on more than like the other characters. I didn't give a shit about the teacher that much. He's right about, like, from what I remember, Rika being kind of annoying. I don't care about characters that are infinitely annoying. But I'm also very into the stoic, quiet types. So maybe that's just me being a little bit biased. Just a little bit. Oh, okay. All right, let's do it. I'm excited.
As previous route, with minor dialogue changes and one key different. Rine prevents Keisuke from killing Nemu. In that particular scene, after saving him from Nemu, she then led him to the previously blocked doorway they discovered earlier, introducing him to her cult follower. Confused by the situation, Keisuke spots his classmate Ishikawa and asks for details. Ishikawa explained that everyone in the cave are people who escaped Nemu's iron-fisted rule. Rine saved them and now they view her as their leader. In the cave, we encounter Rika again and something feels off. She speaks of Rine with reverence, almost as if she's worshipping her like a god. Rika tells Keisuke that Rine will save them all. Puzzled, he asks her what she meant by this, but Rika just laughed it off, saying that it'll make sense soon. When Rine appeared, we learn a bit more how Nemu took over the school. She explained that Nemu had someone backing her up and she used the collar all around the neck to manipulate the student. Realizing his collar is still attached, Keisuke begs Rine to remove it. She agrees, but only if he joins her cult and completes a ritual.
Easy.
She does all of this because she suspects Nemu sent spies to infiltrate her group, so to avoid any risk, she requires new members to undergo these procedures for safety. After this, Rine launched an attack on Nemu's place similar to the scene from the previous two routes. The only difference here is that Keisuke witnessed the planning and the coordination of the attack rather than just its aftermath. I find it amusing that Rine's strategy isn't about violence but overpowering her enemies through fear. Her followers allow themselves to be beaten, yet instead of complaining, they rise again like zombies. Rine truly proves why she's a cult leader, doesn't she? After the attack, Nemu is captured and taken to the cave, with Keisuke bringing Kanae along for shelter. A happy ending, right? Not quite. This is where things takes a disturbing turn. While treating Keisuke's injury,
I think she has more of the fucked up scenes in the game, right?
It's a sign and fate. Initially confused, Keisuke brushed it off, not knowing that this is where things get disturbing. It begins with Rine celebrating her victory against Nemu. She then talks about how she will finally open the first gate that led to the promised land, and the key to all of this is Keisuke. It turns out Keisuke is the savior that she has been waiting for the entire time. One thing we need to know about Rine is that her mother was also a cult leader, and Rine initially didn't want any part of it, but after seeing the mark on Keisuke's neck, she decided to follow in her mother's footsteps. She then brings out Nemu and tells her followers to do as they please with her while she guides both Keisuke and Kanae to the basement where her followers are praying. Here, Rine opens a secret compartment on the wall, and what Keisuke saw behind that shocked him to his core.
What that leather do?
Inside, he found a mummified person propped in a sitting position. Rine explained that this person was her mother, the first cult leader. She then grabbed hold of Keisuke and showed the symbol on his neck to her follower. Rine then proclaimed Keisuke is the messiah that her
look
found years ago.
Oh, I love it. Look at her. She's great.
Starts to unravel itself. We learned that
I
when
love her
Keisuke
so
was still a
much.
child, Rine's mother kidnapped him and did something terrible to him that resulted in her pregnancy. You know where this is going. Yeah, the woman in front of him is actually her daughter. After this, Keisuke was captured and Rine have her way with his body. This continues on for quite some time until Keisuke has had enough. He takes her hostage and manages to escape captivity. However, at the cave entrance, Rika confronts him, holding a knife. She's become a fully devoted cult member, willing to do anything for Rine. Knowing Rine needs Keisuke, Rika decides her own life.
I like psychos too much. God damn it.
This doesn't work, and in the end, she pointlessly ends her life for nothing. As Keisuke is about to leave, Rine wakes up and tells him to stop. He noticed she's returned to normal.
Oh, she's covered in jam.
Or that's what he thought.
Must have been
He
some
saw
good
her talking
toast.
to someone, and in that conversation, she mentioned becoming the Messiah herself. This goes on for a while before Rine heads deeper into the underground cave. At this moment, Keisuke could easily escape, but curiosity got the better of him and he decided to follow her. They end up in a large white hallway facing a massive door. Rine excitedly tells Keisuke that they've been chosen for paradise and force him to enter. A bright light engulfs them and the scene shifts to Keisuke's bedroom where Rine wakes him up. We learn they've been living together for some time. Keisuke feels something is off but brushed it off, telling himself it's nothing. The route ends there, leaving
the simulation is worth it.
So now that all 4 routes are done, we're finally starting the real route, the true story that will reveal what Euphoria is truly about.
I thought it was the...
The true route starts with Nemu, and as usual,
I thought,
the dialogue
oh,
option
maybe I'm
follows the
mistaken. I thought
same
Kane's
sequence as
route was the
previous route.
true ending
But
one.
brace yourself, because things are about to get intensely disturbing. If I had to describe her route, it's a mix of confusion, anger, and hatred. And a lot of shit eating. One thing you'll notice right away is Nemu's willingness to accept any punishment from Keisuke, no matter the pain, humiliation, or repulsive acts he suggests.
She's great. Look at her. Look at her face. I love her.
And even craves for more. This makes her punishment downright uncomfortable, especially the final one. Nothing could prepare me for her last one. How do I describe this in a way that most people would understand? The final punishment is something straight out of Two Girls, One Cup.
Yeah.
This single moment
I remember
in
that
Nemu's
stuff.
route made me question my sanity. I'm watching this girl consume unfiltered, unpixelated, but that's not even the worst.
Sometimes you're hungry,
My
man.
real suffering came afterward. Her mouth was strapped open, leaving her unable to close it. And the material that came out was shown in graphic, unpixelated detail. I literally screamed. It moved slowly into her mouth, and the game didn't shy away from showing every horrific second. The worst part is the writing. Why do they describe it with so much detail? What do you mean her throat went up and down to swallow it?
Okay, so I don't know. Alright, so alright. Okay, how do I approach what I'm about to say properly? So poopa stuff, right? Poopa stuff has been around for the longest time, and especially in anime. And I would say that there was an era of anime in the early 2010s, maybe prior to that a little bit, to where if you searched anime stuff online, it was very common to show up. Gore stuff, like the Gorno stuff, has always been around, but like the Poopa stuff, that was always around too. And it wasn't hidden like today. Like I think now you kind of have to really do go searching for that gross shit. But yeah, in that 2010s era, it was just out in the open, and it was like, so if you were to search any anime on like Google or something, you had your your filters off, the chances of that coming up a lot in the search was super high. And it's like, even for like anime maybe you wouldn't really think of, like Azumanga Daioh would be one. Like if you searched up Azumanga Daioh, a bunch of that would stop. It was huge. It was everywhere. It does fit the era, I believe. Like I do think this fits the era of kind of what's going on with that. There's a lot of things now where it's like it's really gross now and really weird. Like he's describing it, where like there's a lot of like poopa stuff going on, and he's right. There's a lot of shit that she goes through that I think's really fucked up. I think Renee, God, I don't remember. I know she does the new part, but I don't remember the other part. I know there was another one of hers that was one of the more fucked up ones in the game. I think Nemu's was just like, she wasn't afraid to get her ass beat, and like he said that like it was grosser for her, other than I think it was like way more like violent gross. Maybe I'm not remembering correctly.
I don't like this. I don't like that route one bit. Throughout Nemu's route, you feel strangely inferior to her. It's an odd sensation because up until now, the girl that Keisuke had subjected to this punishment all starts off resisting them, only to eventually succumb to their desire and lust, becoming enslaved to those feelings. But Nemu is different. She never shows any sign of breaking down. Instead, she endures everything and channels that energy.
I think she was like, Keisuke, hey, you're like me.
She takes it even further after
and one of the points in the game, isn't she?
You may notice that Nemu constantly tries to make Keisuke angry. If you think that's infuriating, just wait until they get outside. That's where things gets out of hand. After
touching grass is a mistake.
Taken over by Nemu, Keisuke teams up with Rinne to overthrow her, but the plan fails and they're captured. This is where his suffering truly begins. It all starts after his capture. This time, Rika is with Nemu. Unlike in Rinne's route, Nemu doesn't abandon her but brings her along, which is why Rika grows so attached and will do anything Nemu commands. Nemu reveals she captured Rinne by ambushing her at her hideout. She then asks for volunteer. Rika, seeing a chance to prove her loyalty, eagerly offers herself. Well, she might regret that choice because Nemu has other plans. Nemu commands Rika's decision and reveals her scheme to torture Rinne by hooking her to a device. Rika, excited that she's been included in this plan, asks where she needs to place it, believing she's going to do the torturing, but Nemu grins wickedly and tells her that Rika will also be hooked to the device. At this point, Keisuke tries to reason with her, arguing that Rika did nothing wrong and shouldn't be treated that way.
Rika did nothing
Nemu
wrong.
Just flashed the most diabolical.
I said it earlier.
And gives him a choice. It's either Rika or Kanae goes on the stage. Keisuke knows he can't let Kanae endure whatever Nemu had planned, so with a heavy heart he chooses Rika. What happens next haunts me for days. I couldn't look at ice cream without recalling this scene. Without going into too much detail, the best I can describe this scene is, remember the human centipede where their mouth was stitched to their butt? Yeah. It's like that, except in this scene they use tubes. You know where this is going.
Yep.
That's as far as I'll go with the description. Honestly, I wouldn't have felt like throwing up from the visual alone, but the writing described it so vividly that I could imagine it going into my own mouth. For days, I lost my appetite entirely. The rest of Nemu's route is a relentless cycle of her subjecting Rinne to more.
What's that in the background hanging there?
Provoking Keisuke.
There's just shit on the wall.
When Rinne reveals why she decided to fight Nemu and overthrows her, You see, whoever defeats the one in control becomes the next ruler of the school. Rine's plan was to take down Nemu and restore balance, but it failed because Nemu has a spy who tipped her off, allowing her to strike first. After this, we got one final scene where Kanai is forced to become a human laundromat. Again, I'll spare you the gruesome detail, but essentially a group of students hands her their filthy laundry, stained with... I can't do it. Seriously, let's just move on.
Yeah.
After that repulsive scene, we finally reach the important part of the true ending route. It's revealed that Keisuke and the other girls are survivors of a death game that claimed many students' lives.
Okay, so it's like... Alright, so being the recipient of said poopa stuff, right? Yeah, weird. Yeah, it's not my thing. I don't like it. But it's also... Somebody's got to give you that stuff. That's the person I'm like maybe more interested in, okay? So, okay, you want to do the thing, you do, I guess, yeah, it's your thing, whatever. But who would hear like, okay, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to take like these sheets or this bucket and I'm going to need you to do that thing in it and then just to hand it to me when you're done. Because you know what I'm going to do with it, right? And be like, I don't know. I don't know how I would feel about such an offer being given to me. I think I would be more like, I don't want to do that. I could not do that to another person. Please, no. It's like, it reminds me of those. Oh my God. There's like some woman right now, or I think she's got banned from OnlyFans or some shit. And she's the one who did like the 1,000-man challenge or whatever. And she wanted to do like the 2,000-man challenge where she put a thing out where she's going to do like glass box shit or whatever. I'm just wondering, like, okay, so the person doing that, it's its own stuff, right? Imagine answering that call. The kind of person you might have to be to answer that call and be okay with it. Maybe it's more so it's like, okay, it's not actually directly happening to me. I'm not the recipient, so it's not as bad. But there's got to be a part in your soul or your heart thinking, I'm inflicting this onto a person with others. It's kind of not great. I don't know. Maybe am I overthinking that?
The chaos, disabling his collar, rushing to the broadcasting room, and being stabbed by Nemu. With his memories
I'd let Nemu stab me.
He returns to the broadcasting room, confronts her, and tells her that he remembers everything. He knows she's been in control from the start. Nemu flashes an evil smile and leaves. As she exits, Keisuke vows to kill her when the time comes. He didn't have to wait long though, because the next day, Keisuke learned that Nemu had taken Kanai. Rage consumes him as he listens to Nemu taunt him about what she'll do to her. Unable to hold back, he chokes her until her face turned red and her eyes bulge. This is it. Nemu is finally getting what she deserved. After all that infuriating torment, we're ready to see her die. Except she didn't die.
Is that before or after where he hands she hands him a knife and she's like, yeah, stab the shit out of me?
But before he reached her, someone stabbed him from behind. At first, he assumed it's Nemu trying to stop him from saving Kanai, but if Nemu's the one who did it, then why is she crying? Why is this cold-blooded sadistic person shedding tears for him?
She's very cute, look at her.
As his vision fades to black, one question lingers. Was Nemu truly evil? Well, the truth is, no. But to understand why, we need to go back one last time, further back to the moment we choose a route.
Okay. I'm going to use this moment real quick. I have to use the restroom. I am so sorry. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm really sorry for that. Oh, breaking that in the VOD later is gonna suck. All right, we can get back onto this. Trying to remember, like, so parts of this are actually coming back to me more and more. Obviously, I don't remember everything. All right, I'm not gonna pretend like I know everything about this game, because it's been too long. There are some deeper parts in it where, boy, they just like said we're gonna go extreme and all out with this. To an extent, I can respect that, to be honest. Make the game you want to make, and the audience it's for will find it, right? I'm not saying everything has to be weird and gross like that, but I can, to an extent, respect something existing. Plus, it's all fiction at the end of the day, whether you like it or not. It's up to you, right? You don't have to interact with it, but whew, there's some rough shit in here. Also, do I remember correctly, Renemu, there's a part in her route where she's like, here's a knife, just stab the shit out of me and do poopy stuff. Knife play is kind of cool, I'm just saying.
You are Takuto Keisuke, a student of Rokogekan Academy who one day woke up trapped in a facility with 5 other girls. When the computer announced the death game, we can choose a girl and proceed to her route. You might notice that Kanae's route is now playable. Remember earlier when Nemu asked Keisuke to pick Kanae as his partner, but Keisuke rejected the idea? Well, now we get the chance to explore her route, the real, true ending. Kanae's route is fascinating because your dialogue choice when the choice box appeared can let
I think this one goes more into your main character.
We'll talk about that later, but
how
for now,
fucked up he
Keisuke
is.
chooses Kanae and subjected her to the horrific punishment. I have to say though, her punishments are thankfully relatively tame. For once, there's no eating this time, which is already a relief. Still, one thing bothers me throughout this entire
I think her route's
that's
more
the
about
sudden
torture, isn't it?
flashback
Like just
of
straight
this
torture.
image. I don't know why they thought it was a good idea to flash this image all of a sudden throughout her route. Like one minute I'm reading through the text and the next minute this thing jump scared me. Is this a horror game? The rest of this route progressed similarly to Nemu's route, except this time Keisuke didn't hold back. When we get to the part where Keisuke choked Nemu, instead of showing fear, Nemu laughs maniacally, which angers him further, and he no longer cares and tightens his grip until he hears her neck snapped. Finally, she stays down for good. As he begins to calm down, Keisuke expects to see Nemu's lifeless body on the ground, but when he opens his eyes, he's stunned to find himself back in that white room and inside a transparent tank. As he wonders why he's trapped there, a girl's voice asks if he's awake. He turns towards the sound and saw a girl in a lab coat who looked exactly like Kanae. What's going on? Well, this is Euphoria's biggest plot twist ever. Kanae explained that everything he experienced was part of a game. They manipulated his 5 senses to create a hyper-realistic game world while he lay unconscious in the tank. Everything, from waking in the white room to strangling Nemu, including all the tortures and punishment, was all a virtual experience.
He was just in the Animus the whole time.
It was all a game, but as he followed Kanae, the truth became undeniable. He's been living in a simulation. Along the way, he met others from the game world like Rika and Natsuki. Rika, much like her game counterpart, is playful and childish, though her real-life personality is slightly more mature. The same can't be said for Natsuki though, as he learned that she isn't his teacher but someone deeply involved in what's happening at this facility. As he watched them talk, Keisuke can't shake the feeling that everything felt real. Despite Kanae's insistence that it was all just a game, he refused to accept it. The sensation, the emotion, the moment he killed Nemu, all of it felt too vivid. Unable to accept it, Keisuke snatched Kanae's keycard and bolts out of the facility. Researchers try to stop him, but
he's just like John 117.
He spots his school in the distance and runs towards it. Now he expects to find his school ravaged by Nemu, but when he arrives, it's eerily quiet. There were no screaming, just the unconscious body of students being zipped into body bags. Moments later, Kanae appears and tells Keisuke that he's foolish for trying to escape. He should have accepted his fate and returned to the glass tank. Then she mentioned that she lost the bet and must take him to paradise. Hearing the word paradise, Keisuke freezes in fear. His body instantly recalls the terror of what paradise truly means, knowing the
You're gonna talk about the branding scene? Doesn't she have a branding scene?
He raced down the hills towards the road, running until he spots a farmhouse. Salvation was within reach, but as he frantically knocks, the door swings open and he's back in the facility. Kanae, with a mocking tone, welcomes him back. She explained that she manipulates his senses through the collar on his neck, projecting a simulated world where he thought he'd escape, only to guide him back to the facility.
Awesome.
As if that weren't enough,
where do I get said collar?
She was never his childhood friend. Those memories of growing up together? That's a false memory, planted by her all this time. And not only that, they temper with his memory to the point where he can't even tell from reality.
Oh my god. It's her, right? Where there's a scene. Is it? Oh my god, is this the game where it's like it's them as kids, and he's like torturing an animal or some shit as a kid, and she like keeps it a secret for him or whatever, like because she knew he was fucked up the whole time. That was this game, right? Vanessa, welcome. Sorry I missed your message. Everything is very delayed right now on my streams. Yeah, I thought that was this yeah, that was this game, right?
And illusion. This isn't just evil, it's downright terrifying. Unable to bear it, Keisuke flees again, this time in the opposite direction, only to come face to face with Rinne, or what's left of her. Half of her body is fused to a machine, her arms replaced with prosthetic, tiny mechanical hands stretched across her head, mimicking hair. Shockingly, when Rinne wakes up, she calls Keisuke her father. This meant that in her route, where Keisuke revealed that he was assaulted by Rinne's mother, those were real and not fabricated memory from Kane.
Oh shit.
Keisuke pressed for more answer, but Rinne suddenly goes berserk, freaking him out. Kane appeared and took him to the next room. Here, she reiterates one more time that she was never his childhood friend. She reveals that Nemu had been mimicking her action this whole time, so Kane decided to copy Nemu to become the childhood friend that Keisuke expected. Overwhelmed, Keisuke asked Kane why she's doing all of this, but this bitch just smiled and said that her reasoning was to see him suffer. She then mocked.
Look at that face. Look at her cute little face. I love her little face. Look at her. She's very cute. Ah, hold on. Give me. Let me look at it one more time. Let me see.
She's doing all of this, but this bitch just smiled.
Right there, that face. Ah, that's the good shit. That's the good stuff right there. Look at that. That's a good one. This is a good one. That's a good face.
And said that her reasoning was to see him suffer. She then mocked him by repeatedly messing with his brain, showing him the kind and caring version of herself from the virtual world. She does this a few more times before growing bored and told him that she is handing him back to Nemu. Kane led him to a room with a massive door similar to the one we've seen in Rinne's route. Inside, Keisuke sees Nemu sleeping in a transparent tank. The true story of Euphoria unfolds here, and there's a lot to talk about, so do check the timestamp provided or just go through the chapters. For now, we skip to the route's conclusion. 6 months pass and much has changed. Kane betrays the organization and flees with Nemu. One day, Keisuke deciphers a code Natsuki gave him when he escapes the facility and contacts her. They meet up and Keisuke learns Natsuki quit her job. Together, they devise a plan to save Nemu. When Keisuke discovers Natsuki is a former mercenary, he asks her to train him and she agrees. Time passes and Keisuke completes his training. He tracks Kane using
just Assassin's Creed
school, but when he reached the location, it's already too late. He finds Kane dying in an alley from a fatal stab wound. But Keisuke knows that Kane is a stubborn girl, and she didn't go down without a fight. Inside a nearby building, Keisuke discovers numerous bodies of people he assumed were sent to kill her. Searching one of the rooms, he finds what Kane was protecting, the girl who he promised to save, his childhood friend Nemu. The two reunites and the game ends. So before we proceed on, I want to talk about the brutal and neutral ending of this game. Neutral is pretty straightforward. Just pick all 5 girls in those 5 turns and the game will end with Keisuke discovering that the facility they were trapped in was actually pretty close to their school. The brutal ending is where the game took a dark turn. Remember the flashback we've seen throughout Kane's route? Yeah, that's actually a foreshadow to the brutal ending, but to get there, you need to unlock Kane's route and pick every option that amplify Keisuke's darkest desire. This only appears on Kane's route. You'll know you're on track for the brutal ending when Keisuke starts speaking like a total maniac. The rest of this route is pretty much similar to Kane's route, except we get to see how Keisuke slowly changes and loses his good nature. It's pretty much similar until we get to the point where Nemu called Keisuke to the gym, which eventually led to her death in Kane's route, only this time things didn't go as planned because when she asked Keisuke if he wanted to torture Kane, we get a new option where he agrees, and here's the part where it gets disturbing. Nemu gave Kane anesthesia so she couldn't feel any pain. She then strapped her onto a table with her stomach exposed. We then see Keisuke approach Kane with a scalpel in his hand. You already know what's gonna happen. Shortly after, the game master appeared and offered Keisuke a deal where he must overthrow Nemu and become the next ruler. The person then handed him another color, which he then used it on Nemu. The screen fades and we see Nemu with half of her body inside the concrete while all of her teeth pulled out and silicone being injected into her lips. I don't think I need to explain what happened to her, but if you think that's the end, it gets worse as the ending shows what happened to all of the girls. Rika is being reduced to a mere pet who is unable to speak like a normal human being. Rinne became his personal punching bag. Natsuki and Nemu become a doll. And finally, he put Kanai's body on the sofa and preserved it beautifully so he could admire it every day.
You know what? It's okay to love people. You appreciate people, I guess.
So what exactly happened in Euphoria? Why is Kanai the evil one here? Is Nemu the good one all this time? Well, to understand the story, we have to go back to the very beginning, before the events of Euphoria. Before Euphoria's event, the rich and powerful fund a research facility to run Project Paradise. The goal is to extend the life of wealthy individual and politician worldwide by reversing their aging.
Thanks, Obama.
But there's a catch. Age reversal technology doesn't exist yet, so until it's developed, they opt for life-prolonging devices.
What was the
endless sleep?
What's that thing about some lighthouse or some bullshit, which was like the inspiration for Stranger Things, where we just did a bunch of weird like experiments and stuff? Man, humankind has this weird thing of like, I feel as if we know the limits of the human body and what we can do to it, and then we'll still be like, nah, let's do some experiment stuff to see what we can do, just to make sure. I don't know. I feel like over the thousands of years we've existed and science and medicine has existed, we've figured our very, very specific hard limits. I know some people have like differences in how they act and whatnot, but outside of putting robot parts on us, I don't know how much more we could actually do that experimenting on us would actually benefit. Maybe like for different medicines and stuff like that to make sure they work, or other little things. Outside of becoming like the Spartan program where you inject the body with all this bullshit to make it like barely like human anymore. And of course it's always for like the wealthy and like, we're gonna live forever kind of thing. Just like in Chainsaw Man, sacrificed children to the aging devil. It's fine.
Years later, a girl failed her suicide attempt and falls into a vegetative state. Her parents admit her to the hospital run by the researchers, who sees an opportunity and use her as a test subject. They connect her to a prototype device and discovers her dream-induced overwhelming euphoria. Realizing her potential, they make her the project's core. Nicknamed Sleeping Beauty, the girl is wired to a device, becoming the heart of Project Paradise. Some years later, Kanai's parents joined the research team and invent a device that digitized Sleeping Beauty's dream, crafting personalized dream world for those in the tanks. This breakthrough means they no longer depends on her dream. They can control the virtual world externally with a button press. This explains why Rika and Keisuke experienced different dream world. With one problem cleared, the researchers now look to the future. They know Sleeping Beauty's body won't last forever, so they need a replacement. Enter Nemu. Born in the facility and raised within the walls, her life changes when Kanai's mother frees her. But here's the thing. Kanai's mother is a spy, sent from another company who wants to take the project for themselves. She infiltrates the facility and grows close to Eiichi Hokari, Kanai's father, who is the leading researcher at that time. Both of them married and they have Kanai. Before Nemu escapes, Kanai's mother hides her in the cave section, warning her not to leave or speak to adults if she wants to survive. Luckily for Nemu,
she's got those cookies I like. These blue tin cookies. These are so good. Oh my god, what are those called? What's that brand of cookie called? I know I know there's one that's that brand. What is it called? They're so good. Look at this is a cool little place to live. It's not too bad. You got cookies. You got your entertainment here. You can go catch bugs. That's pretty neat. You got some mangoes and a little radio. It's not that bad. Just saying. It's I mean, if you want to be minimalist, right? You could just escape to the forest and live like this.
Warning her not to leave or speak to adults if she wants to survive. Luckily for Nemu, there was a loud explosion and part of the cave was sealed off. She then wanders up in the cave where she met a young boy named Keisuke. She was afraid of him at first, but gradually opens up to him due to his kindness. Keisuke promised to take her out someday to see the stars and travel the world. He then teaches her to sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, something that Nemu shows briefly at the start of Natsuki's route. For a while, things quiet down,
That's
but
very
as the story
cute.
goes, nothing good lasts forever. One day, Nemu was captured by the researchers. Keisuke, who was with her at the time, knew that Nemu didn't want to return to the facility, and she refused to comply until she was asked to choose either to erase all of Keisuke's memory or they kill him. This horrifies her as she didn't want to lose her only friends, so she chooses to erase his memory. Nemu then continues her role as the next Sleeping Beauty. Sometimes after they erase Keisuke's memory, he was kidnapped and assaulted by Rine's
It's like a fucked up To the Moon
of a religious cult. She becomes pregnant and demands the researchers to accelerate the growth of the Messiah in her womb. They agree on the condition that Rine is handed over to them. She complied, and the scientists took Rine and her mother's fetus back to the facility to perform some experiments on genes. Thanks to the experiment, Rine became a girl.
This is just a
Rine
prequel
is
to
not a
Death
boy
Stranding.
like her mother hoped for her. She was considered a failure, and her mother eventually went mad. Rine is sent to an orphanage only to return years later as a spare part for Project Paradise. Side note, the headache that she experienced throughout her route is probably the voices from Kanae and the other researchers. Since it was revealed that everything was a game, it could be possible that she overheard the researchers talking about her and that somehow influenced her. A few years after that incident, Nemu was given the opportunity to attend school. Accompanying her,
I'm so invested in this. I'm so sorry.
A mercenary disguising
just watching
herself
this
as a
now.
teacher,
This is a
and
bad
Kanae
reaction.
Hokari, the daughter of the previous researchers who built the dream device. She transferred to Rokokekan Academy where she met Keisuke once again. The two then
put it back in the
reconnect and
animus.
spend their school lives happily until one day a murder game was announced. What happened afterward was pure chaos.
Japan loves its freaking murder games. I don't know if anybody knows. I really love the Battle Royale series a lot. I read the books, the Battle Royale books. I've also seen both of the movies and the manga. I've also read a bunch of the manga. They really, really like their death game stuff. I'd be interested to know why or why that comes about. I mean, I know the idea of it is like it's neat or cool, right? Because you're pitting people against like one another or to kill one another, and it's you can bring out a lot of natural human nature through it, just to see like what goes on. You mean the movie is very funny? The movie's awesome. Fuck you. The second movie's kind of weird. Battle Royale 2 is odd. The first one's fine. Was it like the second one where they have a scene where it's like at the beginning where like, oh yeah, we're gonna make you pay for making us do the game thing, and then they're more outfitted now and they're like doing little like D-Day shit or whatever. It's fine. Number 2's fine. The manga's okay. I really love the book. Like maybe this is why I'm fucked up, because I read the Battle Royale book when I was in middle school around that time. And I still have it actually. I actually might read it again. It was a very good book. Huh. I don't know. Yeah, Japan loves their death game stuff like this and Danganronpa and whatnot. 999, all those other games. It's really fun. Well, Panty, I'll fight you. I'll fucking fight you.
Keisuke stayed with Nemu throughout the murder game and was about to capture the mastermind when suddenly he was impaled with a metal rod. It was revealed that all of this was planned by Kanae to bring out the Sleeping Beauty. You see, one of the requirements to become a Sleeping Beauty was to experience.
Okay, don't judge me. Don't judge me, okay? Her face is kind of cute here. Just saying. Also taking a drink. I just needed to pause to take a drink. No other reason that I paused there. It was only for me to take a drink. Don't think she's cute, okay? That's just me. No, fuck you.
Experience immense despair and lose all hope for humanity. They try this on her, but Nemu never loses hope because she has Keisuke. He is her light at the end of the tunnel.
Aww.
How hard things get, Nemu can endure it because she has Keisuke to give her strength. But after seeing him dying in her arms, Nemu instantly loses all hope in humanity and was this close to giving up and following Kanae's order, but in the last minute she begged for her to save him. Kanae agreed to do it, but only if Nemu agrees to do a bet. The bet was to make Keisuke hate her to the point where he kills her, but if she loses, Keisuke will be Kanae's pet for his entire life while Nemu becomes the Sleeping Beauty. This explained why she tries so hard to make him hate her. Against all odds, Nemu wins the bet and Kanae had no choice but to honor her promise. She frees Keisuke and he enters the VR to meet with Nemu. The two had an intimate moment, after which Nemu asked him to stay with her forever. However, Keisuke refused and told her he wanted to meet her in real life. not the version in this fake world. So he rejected her offer but promised to save her from the facility one day. Reluctantly, Nemu agrees to let him go since she trusts him. After he escaped, Keisuke trains with Natsuki for a few years and used his skill to save her. He found out that Kanae had betrayed the organization and took Nemu with her. When he tracked her down, he found her dead along with a few agents that was sent to kill her. Keisuke managed to locate Nemu but found out that her memory was erased. Still, it didn't matter because in the end, the two of them are reunited once again. Thank you guys so much for watching. This
very
took
sweet.
me a while to make.
A good ending to a wholesome game.
To adjust. There's some parts that need to be re-edited and stuff. That's why it took a lot of time. I'm so thankful that there's people out there who enjoy my content, which is why I
feel good job, man. Holy shit.
Time with my content, but I know I have to do that because I don't want to sacrifice quality over quantity. So again, I want to say thank you to everybody who take their time to sit down and watch my video, commentating, liking, and subscribing. That really means a lot to me. Anyway, we're at the end of this video, but before I end this, if you enjoy my stuff, don't forget to subscribe. So
I'm gonna check out more of his videos
like this. Like the video if you enjoyed it, check out my previous video if you haven't yet, and become a member to support the channel and get early access and more interesting stuff on this channel. That's all. I'll see you in the next video.
Did I play this? Did I play this for the channel? Because I know I've seen this. Like, isn't this like an itch.io game or something? Oh, that was really well done. What a good video. Yeah, if you're into this stuff or like these kind of deep dives, go give a follow to their channel. That was wonderful. I'm so sorry. I don't know how Redoliche too? I don't know how to pronounce your name. I am so sorry. But that was a wonderful video. Thank you so much for taking the time to create that. Yeah, a deep dive into Euphoria is really fucked up, and you have to have a very strong like will and stomach to kind of get through a lot of the stuff. There's a lot of taboo things in it. Yeah. Oh, that was good. That was really good. I'm sorry I didn't really talk that much here. I was very invested into what he had to say. I know I'm supposed to be doing quote unquote react stuff, but I'm also wanting to appreciate and watch what these people make as well. I don't know how much I can actually comment on Euphoria other than, wow, that's fucked up, or wow, I think she's kind of cool for that. Okay. Good. Yeah. Oh, man. All right. I have one more video I want to do tonight, and then we'll get over it, okay? I'm going to use the restroom, and I'll be right back. Wait. Okay, I'm back. Oh, okay. I need a second before I continue. That was a really long one to do. Just having a chat moment just for fun. Hope everybody's doing okay. I'm I'm trying to improve myself. I want to be better for everybody. I hope my content becomes better. I've been doing a lot lately with editing and trying to make sure at least my channel content is also better. I don't have any real money at all to put into anything. Everything I do is by the good graces of other people, like Impopenti, who does like my art stuff for me. Yeah. So I think it was Kitsunero who said on one of her like streams the other day that I was watching. She's talking about React content. I think this is like I don't know, and reply to the like controversy stuff going on right now with all the lawsuits and shit. But I think it was her that mentioned when it comes to React content that your your video, yours should be at least twice the length of the video you're reacting to. That means you've put in like a near equal amount of work. And I can agree with that actually. I understand there's like a lot of I don't know. I don't want to say anything meaningless because I know like there's joking around and whatnot. I don't think that's meaningless. I think that provides some form of entertainment. I need to get better at conveying what I'm thinking more to just start yapping more. I need to understand how to properly like just speak openly. And I'm not entirely there yet. I'm working on it. I think I'm getting better as time goes on and how to do this React content stuff. Oh, I want to do better by people, and I think even regardless of like what I'm reacting to, I'm not trying to do reaction stuff that's like very rage baity at the moment. I know there's a lot of them like Smugglana and whatnot who will she doesn't necessarily get political, but she does do things within a political spectrum and comment on people saying shit. Things that would obviously make like a group of people who maybe stand behind you like, oh yeah, that's awful and I hate that and that's shit or whatever. I'm not quite there yet with that. I don't think I'm going to be because I just want to react to my weeb stuff or just whatever. Oh my god, excuse my makeups. Whatever I feel like is interesting. Oh, it is nice to sit here. Actually, I can turn some music back on while we're waiting. Let me find that one playlist that won't get me banned off the internet. Yeah, what a good time. I'm actually having a lot of fun. This is one of my longer React streams, actually. I usually don't go this long because it's really hard, and it's also like really late for me too. I'm super hungry. I've only had one meal today, and I did that just so I could stream without much issues. But yeah, we're figuring it out. We're trying to make it better. Oh, I can feel myself like just kind of building up, and I don't know, trying to calm down, watching all that. It's a lot for me. Yeah, I want to do better. I thought about playing Zenless after this for a little while, but I don't know how awake I'm going to be for that. There's other stuff I'd like to accomplish too before it gets too late. Other people I need to speak to about things. All right. Yeah. Let's get into this last one. I'm really happy and excited to try this. All right. Go live. Go wah. Get that before YouTube punishes me. Okay. Not the armpits one. Yeah. So I'm really excited to try this one. To people who know me by now, know that I really respect content creation and the work that goes into it. And I really, really love small content creators. I'm not saying I'm a large content creator because God, I am not in any way. My main channel, this has like 50 subscribers. My Twitch has 16 subscribers right now. My other YouTube, just under 600, right? That's not quite a lot. But I really respect people who are willing to put themselves out there and try new things and try to be something and put the work in. It's so good. It makes me really happy to see that. So just going through, I discovered this YouTuber named Ezrat Sear, I think Sayer. I believe that's how you would pronounce that. And they have a video called "How to Stand Out as a Small VTuber." And who else would know but a small VTuber, right? Because the hustle is real. When you're like tiny and you're building yourself and you don't have a real brand to stand on, where it's like, look what happened with Gura and Saba. She had what, 500K subs before she even debuted. And then after she debuted, she has like what, 1 million now? She had a brand to stand on. She had something to go off of. And she became like what we expected her to be. But not everybody has that. And even before that too, there's a lot of those big corpo like VTubers. They have the backing, they have the branding, they have a lot of that stuff to go off of, even before like they even go live with a lot of people. So there's people who I would say do have a head start. They have an audience built already. They have the trailers for them. They have other stuff. They have like teasers. And to the average Joe, like the person like me or other like people just trying to make it, you are the corpo. You are the head. You are the manager. You're the editor. You're the entertainment. You're the talent. You have to be everything. And if you want to make it, you have to put the work in or get extremely lucky. Either of those. I think there's a large chunk of this that is also just luck at the same time, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm interested to see what they have to say. So let's start this. Where, Panko, you ready?
So, you've made your VTuber model. You've streamed a few times, maybe even tweeted your heart out. But the views are low, chat's mostly silent, and you're sitting there wondering,
Model's really cute.
What am I doing wrong?
I love this setting too, it's very cute.
Let me say this clearly. You're not doing anything wrong. You're just doing what everyone does at the start.
She's
and the
right.
truth is, being good isn't enough. Being consistent isn't enough either.
She's also right.
To grow, especially in a sea of magical girls, edgy demons, and sentient bread slices, you need to be memorable. Not loud, not viral, not perfect. Memorable.
She's absolutely right. Absolutely. These are the things where it's like, obviously trends grow and die over time. And because there's so many people, there's such a saturated market that you have to be, as an individual, something more than just loud, something more than just present. You have to be something people love, something they can come back to. And I've talked about this before, where it's like, no matter like the bigger VTubers, even if they leave their large corpo like holdings and they go to do indie stuff, the fandom will follow them. If people like you, they will follow you. You know, the fans, the real ones who are around you, no matter where you go, they will follow. Now, I'm not saying everyone will, because it's like, realistically, what do you have subscriber base where you're at, right? Just because you have 100,000 subscribers does not mean your video is going to get 100,000 views. I would say that maybe you're going to see a return of maybe a third to a quarter of what you have currently. And that's going to drop off over time, because not everybody's going to be interested. Some people just do it as a trend or to see what's going on or just for the sake of following. But the people who want to love you, the people who are there, the ones who remember you, that's what you need. She's so right. Oh my God. Oh, she's great. Wonderful. What a wonderful start to this. Good for them.
Let's talk about how to do that without selling your soul to the algorithm gods.
Okay, but I want to do that part. I want to sell my soul to the algorithm. I need that ad revenue,
so
please.
Here's something no one tells you when you start. Going viral isn't a growth strategy. It's a lottery ticket.
Yes.
And building a real lasting community, that takes memory, not noise. Ask yourself this. What will someone remember about you after one video or stream? Because that's what makes them come back. Let me give you examples. There's a frog VTuber who only streams old PS1 horror games. His overlays looks like an old CRTV. It's weird, it's niche, but unforgettable.
That sounds really cool, actually.
A soft-voiced elf who whispers storytime ASMR with custom lore chapters. Basically a bedtime fairy queen. A chaotic raccoon who tries to cook every time and ends up causing magical fires. Wait, the last one might be me. Is it gonna do anything?
That's awesome.
It's not about how big you start, it's about how you start. Pick something true to you and lean into it.
Yeah.
Hard. Your audience doesn't need a perfect VTuber. They need one they remember. So, what's your vibe? Cozy cafe owner? Cursed sword spirit? Sleepy ghost who streams at 2 a.m.? Own it.
Ugly bastards. Degenerates.
So, how do you actually become memorable? It starts with knowing your core vibe. Not your genre, not your model type, your presence. The feeling people get when they see you pop on their screen. Think of it like this. Are you a chaotic energy in a cute rapper?
I wish.
Are you a comfort streamer, soft voice, gentle words?
I wish. Holy crap.
Maybe you're in the mystery. A little distant, a little cryptic, drawing people in with silence more than noise.
I'm just fucking stupid.
Or you're full-on gremlin mode with meme edits, air horns, and no mercy for chat. Whatever it is.
Fuck you, chat. How's that? Absolutely no mercy for chat. If someone's in chat and I want to say fuck you, I'm gonna say it. Fuck you. I think that's a really good way to delve into it, to have like an introspective about who you are as a content creator. A lot of people are really trying to find themselves, and I see this a lot on Twitter too. There are people who have a bunch of debuts with their VTuber models because they can't find anything that they really connect with. And they'll do it again and again and spend a lot of money. And I knew somebody who did this as well, where she couldn't find who she wanted to be. And I think kind of like she ultimately gave up. But knowing your niche and knowing who you're catering to, even if it's small, is like it's so important. Because if you try to cast your net way too wide, you become too sterilized and you don't offer enough interest for a lot of people to actually stay to like get your content. Because if you're not offering something that really clicks in the brain of the audience, you're going to be forgotten by them. You're going to be passed on, right? It's it's really important to know who you are. To play your part. Even if the part isn't like necessarily, I don't know, maybe it's not entirely you, but you enjoy playing it. Maybe it's a role. Maybe you're RPing as something and you like it and your fans like it, maybe go for it. This is really well done. Good on them for this.
Lean into it. Consistency
Be an
in
ugly
your
bastard, got
vibe
it.
makes people feel safe. It makes you recognizable. It makes them remember.
Yeah, we don't like change very
Let me
much.
tell you something important. It doesn't matter if someone else already has a similar style. They don't have your voice. They don't have your exact flavor of weird, kind, spooky.
Man, people who have my flavor, I'm so sorry. Actually, this is really interesting to bring up. So, PewDiePie. I think PewDiePie might be an okay example of this. Like, I hated PewDiePie when he was in his heyday, when he was doing his Minecraft stuff and Happy Wheels and like all that stuff. I was not a fan. I thought he was annoying. I thought his fans were annoying, which they still are. But watching a video of his like recently, I watched the art one when it happened when he was learning to draw. And then also watched one recently that a friend is showing me where he was going off about like how to go get off of Google. And I think it's like I no longer disliked him, the way he was presenting himself. We all have our eras, and he obviously had his era of being like the guy. He was the YouTube guy everybody knew. A lot of people were like PewDiePie fans. Or you were like an Uber Hex or Nova fan. And I remember when they were having like a tiny bit of beef where they were like, we're not, and the fans were like, no, you need to fight. I'm sorry, my dog's barking. They're firing fireworks across the street. I am so sorry for that. But yeah, seems way more chill now, just as a person. I think he lives in Japan now. And just, I think we're going to grow over time. A lot of our content has to grow. Because if it doesn't, we're going to become stale. And again, it's the people who love you are the ones who are going to stay. We're going to find your lore. We're going to have something to talk about and memories to go off of to tell people. It's like where I like Pikami a lot and how obviously she became who she is now as Henya. And when Pikami started, I don't know if you've ever seen like Pikami's first stream. She's very quiet. She's not nearly as energetic. She's not as loud. She's very nervous. But where she ended up when she finally got to being who she wants, where she's kind of like a little goofball, she played in it hard, and it was just being her, and that's great. And now I think she's just fell into the thing of like a lot of VTubers are degenerates behind the scenes way more, and leaving VOMs is let that happen or let that come out a bit more. And it's yeah, you just have to grow, and the people who love you will follow you. Like I did with like Ibosi. I still follow Ibosi. I can't understand a lot of what she's saying because she's like, speaking Japanese or like, Minoe, by the way. But yeah, it's great. Figuring out who you are is hard though, because you can't just do it alone. You have to have an audience to go off of. It's difficult for small creators. Yeah, you have your niche, you have your presentation, you have your things you're talking about, maybe sharing the things you like. But having an audience to bounce off of is also extremely important. And that's a benefit us small creators don't get. We do not have that at all going for us. If you're a larger creator and you had like the corpo VTuber backing, you already had that to start with. You already had a full chat. There's one, the Parrot 4chan video was advertising the group for that I watched recently. And actually I started watching them. They're very good. Their little group is really good. But they had a trailer come out. They had backing, and they started with 100 people in their chat. I go live. I'm lucky to have 2 or 3. I see people like myself max out at like 6 or 7. It's like, oh my God, holy shit. This is like an auditorium for me. But no, it's like your chat has to help you figure out who you are as well. You're going to bounce off people. You're going to find what you like or dislike. And you're going to craft who the entertainer is. Oh, man, this is great. What a good video. I love videos like this that make you stop and think and just want to have some kind of moment to just go on like, okay, so what is it all about?
Or hilarious. And when you start honoring that, you shine. So ask yourself, what 3 words describe how I want people to feel when they watch me?
I want them to simp for me. I want them to feel degenerate for me. I don't want them to feel horny for me. And I want their money. If you would donate it, that would be awesome. That's a joke, by the way. I don't like actually asking for donations for people. It makes me very uncomfortable. I don't think begging for donations is very attractable as an entertainer. I'm also not a girlfriend experience, so I can't get away with it. Yep. Okay. No. Yeah. I guess like, yeah, again, figure out who you want to be. Those other parts were very real, by the way.
What kind of space am I creating? What do I bring to the table?
I am the table.
Drop your 3 words in the comments. I'll read them.
Oh no, I can't do that. Oh no.
Nani?
Streaming is beautiful. It's cozy. It's real time.
Parasocial.
The magic happens. But if you're a small VTuber, streaming alone is like singing in the forest and hoping someone hears you through the trees.
The little gnomes. Oh, does she do music streams too? I'll have to check out her content. It seems very pleasant.
You need content that leaves the stream.
Yeah.
Posts, shorts, TikToks, tweets, reels.
That's so much work.
Sparks of you traveling farther than your current reach.
Okay, another rant time. She's also right about that part. I think right now, just being a VTuber isn't enough. At one point it was, because it was unique enough. People need you to be a personality, and that personality needs to stretch wide. You have to have some form of presence now. You have to be on Twitter or Instagram or TikTok, whatever. You have to make those shorts, because right now, algorithmically, YouTube is pushing hard for shorts to a point that it's destroying like my normal content. But shorts, I throw one out there and it finds everybody, even if like the ones I'm not looking for. But like, yeah, look at everything she's got going for her. She's got videos going. She has ASMR. It's It's so much work. If you want to be successful, even a little bit, you have to put in the work. This is your job. This is a second job for you. And that's part of the reason why I'm not successful is I don't have the drive or the motivation to truly do it because it's you get done with a 2-hour, 3-hour stream and people go for longer. Like was it Smugglana? She'll go for like 6 hours. Some people will go for 8 or 10 hours. And then they themselves still have to go afterwards and edit down a video, cut out chunks, do edits, make it funny, find funny moments, or even be funny during the stream itself to actually make those moments. Go off of chat, go on Twitter, advertise everywhere. It's so much work. That's why so many people secretly have their boyfriends be their managers, right? Because it's easier. By the way, my manager applications are open. If you need a manager, I'm free. Just let me know.
You don't need to be a pro editor. Just pay attention to moments.
She's also right.
Was something funny, inspiring, relatable? That's your content. 30 seconds of you saying something real can connect with hundreds of people way faster than 3-hour stream ever will.
Oh, I don't do timestamps.
The fact that mosquitoes use your blood to make more mosquitoes means you are basically a biological father.
What the hell?
And I get it. Editing takes time. It can feel like extra
don't
work.
like meme edits.
But the truth is,
I hate them so much.
if you want people to discover you, it's not extra. It's essential. So
yeah, they're right.
Don't just go live. Let people find you when you're not. You don't need to stream 5 days a week. You don't need to post content every single day. But you do need to
boy, does it help.
regularly enough that people start to remember you. Familiarity builds trust.
Yeah.
And trust turns lurkers into followers, followers into fans, and fans into family. If someone sees your name pop up once a month, you're new. If they see you every week, you're part of their world. And it's not about the algorithm, it's about the relationship. Being reliable, being present, being you over and over again.
Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of truth to that as well. Consistency is such a huge part of content creation and especially being a streamer. It's how I found like the streamer I'm kind of doing stuff for, Momo. During her debut-a-thon, she streamed what must have been like 2.5 weeks straight every single day. And she was doing it for 8 hours a day. Like she would start, I think at what would be 10 p.m. for me, 9 p.m. And then her streams wouldn't end until like 5 or 6 like a.m. And that earned her a lot. Like she grew a ton from that. And that's how I discovered her. And she's right. You become a part of somebody's life. Your little antics become like expected or you think like you want it more. I have VTubers I follow that I don't get to watch all their streams, but one thing I do get to watch is their VODs they post the next morning on YouTube where they're edited down. Like Smugglana's, I don't really get to catch her streams that often. She streams at odd times for me, but I watch her videos every single day. Same with Kitsuniro, same with Onii-chan, same with Rosie Belmo, right? All these people, you had to discover them somewhere else and they became a part of my life to it's almost an expectation that I wake up, have my breakfast while watching a Smugglana video. Because entertainment is more than just about making somebody happy in the moment, right? I mean, it can be just that, but you want to remember things. You want to be remembered. It's really, really difficult though. It takes a will, an absolute force of will to want to make yourself stay in it. It sucks too. You're going to have hard times. It's going to be a lot of hard times. It's going to be a lot of moments where it's dry, where there's nothing going on. And it's those moments you just have to persevere through. I don't have that energy. I'm so tired all the time. My God.
Consistency doesn't mean being perfect. It just means not disappearing on yourself. Look, I know it's tempting to treat this whole VTuber thing like a game of numbers. Post 3 times a day, use 12 hashtags, reply within 6 minutes, optimize your thumbnail font size. And sure,
I do that
some
last
of
part.
that stuff helps, but you know what really builds something real? Connection. Not clicks, not trends, people remembering that you noticed them.
Notice me, senpai.
Reply to comments like a person, not a brand. Talk to chat like they are friends, not followers. Be curious about who's watching you. That's where the magic lives. Standing out isn't always about being louder. Sometimes it's about being warmer.
Who's watching me? Who would watch my shit-ass content?
You don't need a breakthrough model. You don't need 1,000 followers. You don't even need a full plan. You just need to show up as yourself, with intention, with kindness, with a little spark that says, hey, I'm here, and someone will see it, and they'll come back for it. You don't have to be the loudest. You just have to be real enough to be remembered. So, what will they remember about you?
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, that was an accident.
Drop your 3 core vibe words below, or your weirdest idea, or just say hi. I see you. Subscribe if this helped you, and if you want more chaos, magic, and cozy reality checks.
Wonderful video. I'm sorry, there's 2 more. Okay. Absolutely wonderful video. This person, you can tell, is really into this culture. They know what it takes to get through all of this. And it's hard. It's right. Like, there isn't really anything in this video I disagree with at all. Good on them. This is good stuff. I'm gonna actually subscribe to her channel. I'd like to see what her content's about and get to know her view, like know her streams and whatnot. Yeah, this is Ezra Seer. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. But yeah, please go give them a follow. Go support them if you see this video. If anything. I'd like to react to more of their content. I hope they're well. Their model's really cute. They're really well spoken. They have a very cute accent, by the way. Ah, man, it makes me so happy. It's so motivating to see other people try their hardest, because it's like there's thousands of other people out there trying this as well and trying to make something and get out there. It's not just you, you know. And maybe making connections is like a good thing to help too. If there are people who you can like reach out to, or just just say hi, maybe you can make something out of it. Make something bigger than yourself. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. I'd really like to watch that Should You Be a VTuber next, but that'll have to wait another day. Fantastic. Okay. That's enough of me yapping for today. Wah. Wah. Wah, I said. All right. Thank you, everyone who joined me today. That was a really wonderful time. I had a really good time watching all of that. Boy, that Euphoria one, I have no idea if I'm going to put that on my channel or not. It's just so much to edit. I don't want to edit at all. It's so hard. It's fine. Yeah, thank you for joining me today if you were here. I greatly appreciated it. It means a lot every time you stop down. I don't even care about like getting followers. It's really nice to have people who like follow me and whatnot. But I just want to interact with people more. I really want to be one of those streamers who's got a bunch of people in chat just speaking all the time, because it makes me happy to go back and forth. I might have like just a chatting stream one day just to see what happens and see who joins while I do just random shit while I'm working or something. Who knows? We'll see. Yeah. What a good time. Thank you for joining me for that, everyone. I hope you have a good night. Goodbye. Wah, wah.